I think I'm live. I think I'm live. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Um, yes, I jumped live like straight into it. um, let's see who else. Who is here? Who is here? Who is here? Oh my God, a lot of people. Thank you, everybody, for being here. By the way, I know VPM is also gonna be live, so you can also go to VPM and probably listen to some of the conversations. I'm not gonna be upset. I don't mind. But yeah, let's say hello to everybody. Hello, Martin. Nice to see you. Um, Richard, nice to see you. Richard, it was really nice meeting you in person. That was really cool. Hello, Lizzie. Nice to see you. Also nice meeting you. Kimmy Cat. It's also nice to see you also. Benji. I just listened to your message, Benji. Great stuff. Great stuff. Thank you for that. So far the poll is great. Yeah, so let's try to silence as few people as possible today. We're gonna get a lot of trolls. So, but I'll be here also in the chat. You know, I'm not. It's not like other days, right? So I'll be here. Lizzie just got back from VCO. Oh, that's cool. I got also back from VCO on Monday, but I had so much stuff to wash. I'm at the third washing cycle, including my shoes. Yeah. Yeah, Rich, it was nice meeting you. You're a cool person. Uh, I'm early for a change, says Frasco Training. Hello. Yeah, I'm starting a bit early because I'm not going to be able to do it for a long time. I got to get back to work, you know. It's work. The stuff thing work, you know. Okay. I still have to watch Discord from time to time to see if somebody says something. Kimmy Cat, I won't be here only for a few minutes. Okay. Benji, unacceptable. Lambretta, nice to see you here. Hello. Tone is here. Hello, Tone. We're gonna see each other on Discord, aren't we? Yeah. VCO was pretty cool, everybody, by the way. Melvin, Steve. Go chip, biceps. Yeah, biceps. Actually, my biceps are pretty good today. Could be better. I'm gonna start bulking, getting a bit bigger. Why not, right? Hello, Linda. Nice to see you. It's 6 p.m. here in Perth. Perfect. So I'm catching the Australian people. That's nice. Nice to see. Australian people? Yeah, Australia. Oi, mate. Good to see you. While in the UK, I have been working on my accent, so you know it's getting better. You know, VCO is pretty cool. I'll tell you this, VCO. Before we dive in, the event is in 15 minutes. I'm ready for the mess on Discord. Yeah, Tone, it's probably gonna be a mess. I mean, you know, it always is a little bit messy. The reason why I didn't go on the street is because it's the weather is unpredictable. The weather is pretty unpredictable outside, so it's gonna rain, not rain, and I figured it's not that I mind a little bit of rain. You know, we've done that before. It's just that I probably won't have conversations with people. Hello, trolls. No troll yet. Yeah, so it was really nice, VCO. If you manage to afford it next year, it would be nice to see more of you there. It was nice to meet people. That was the main thing. But for me, what happened is that as I was walking towards the entrance of VCO, they made this thing where you go around. They made a really good organization with how to enter VCO. So you had to go around and only one entrance, and then you split it. As a software engineer, I kind of like that. But the problem is, for me, as I was walking through the field, in the middle of all of it, thunderstorm, and the big one. All my shoes wet, all my clothes wet. So yeah, it was. The first night I was barefoot, the whole day. Yeah, the first night I was barefoot, and then the next day I used my wet shoes, and somebody luckily got me to go get some wellies. Nice wellies. Yeah, and I've been wearing wellies all weekend, so it was pretty good. Did you dance? Yeah, I danced a little bit. I danced a little bit my moves, showed a little bit, do a little this, do a little that, get down tonight. Yeah, I did dance a little bit. It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. It was tiring. I realized I don't really like sleeping in a tent. I don't know if anybody does. Whoever does. Tell me how, if anybody likes sleeping in a tent, please tell me how do you manage to like it? Because it's just like, it's you constantly zip and the zipper never goes, like, why don't they make the zippers of a tent work with one hand? Why do you have to use two hands? That's kind of stupid, right? Because like a door, you only need one hand, and that's the beauty of a door. You open, right? You press and you open. Or, in case of the Americans, you use that weird knob thing that if you have too much cream on it, you can't do it. But that's what you gotta do. So if you get me started with the tent situation, I end up losing my mind about it, because there's just so many ways to easily improve a tent. But yeah, for me it was kind of weird. Yeah, typical British weather, definitely. Yeah. Has anyone watched the debate with Catherine, Natalie, and Gary? Oh, I have watched it. I even dropped a comment, but then I removed my comment. Tough. It's tough, It's tough. It was a tough conversation. Not a nice one. Not a nice one. I don't think there's nobody to blame there. There's nobody to blame in that conversation. I think Catherine and Natalie did a great job. I think Gary was triggered at some point, but I don't know. It's difficult to say what happened there. I don't know. I think I want to stay a little bit out of all of this drama. I just want to focus on the animals, to be honest. I'm kind of done with the drama. Depends who is in the tent with you. Oh, I was alone. But it's nice, one zipper. In the middle of the night when you have to go to the bathroom. Oh, where's that freaking zipper? And also to have like a stop of the zipper, like you put a thing where the zipper, all of it stops there. That's it. Easy. To easily open it. And the zipper, like I had a tent that had two things, I guess because it was waterproof. It would be nice if the two zippers, you could somehow connect them, and when you unlock one, you unlock both, so you get in and out. Because there's no reason, nobody wants to unzip one and, oh, that's what I want. I want to stay in between with one open and one closed, right? Nobody wants that. So yeah. Yeah, it's best that you just focus on the animals. That's what the activism is about. Yeah, animals. I want to focus also a little bit on, I think what I noticed is that I think I want to do a little bit of bodybuilding style content a little bit more and focus a little bit on that. Maybe try to capture a little bit of the bodybuilding people, and seeing that they can be vegan and powerful or build muscle. Hello, Jake. I saw you doing activism. You're amazing, Jake. That's cool. Chip, start your own camping company. I wish. I wish, man. I'm Steve Jobs of tents. I can imagine me on stage. We made the zippers connect. And how do you connect them? Magnetically. Oh, that would be amazing, huh? The magnet, stick. And the zipper to be magnetic, because there's those magnetic zippers that just goes. Whatever. I can talk about zippers all day because I think they're such an imperfect product. Haha, I think you need a hotel next time. Then no tent drama. For sure. That's what I said. If I'm coming next time, no more tent for me. That zip guy. Oh, that's so good. Love it. I took my reaction video offline. I thought the same thing. Not good for the animals. Yeah, Jake. So the thing is, it's hard to say, if you see it, I don't want to spoil it for anybody who hasn't seen it. There's clearly some flaws in Gary's views, right? There's clearly some contradictions in there. But also, it feels like maybe Gary's a little bit traumatized by stuff, and I don't know. It just feels wrong. It's just I don't want more divide. I guess one thing is it's coming out of all of this is showing that the community is bigger than we thought, because although it is creating some divide, right? Like we can't deny that it is creating some divide. what I notice is nowadays, even if there is that divide, there still is enough community. So that's still pretty good. So yeah. Chip, did you make a video at VCO like you did last year? I wanted to, Martin. I wanted to, but I was upset. It was very expensive, and it felt a little bit like the whole festival is great, but it felt a little bit like milking the money out of us, and I don't like that. I felt a bit milked for money, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna make a video. I wanted to make a video where I'm like, show you a day at VCO, kind of what I did. But also my phone was pretty shitty, so I didn't have enough space to record all that. I did record some parts, so maybe we'll do a stream some days, and I'll show you some things that I recorded there. But yeah, it's a bit complicated. New channel coming soon. That Zip guy. Yeah, exactly. That Zip guy. There's no event running on Discord. I know, it will start in 7 minutes. Encouragement always. Yeah. We vegans must not be misanthrope ever. It's illogical. It's not illogical. I'm not a misanthrope. I personally am not a misanthrope. I realize I'm the type of person who loves or hates humans or animals the same way. To me, they're kind of all beings are illogical, and I don't like that. So maybe I like AI a bit more for me, but you know, Benji, I spent so much money. Yeah, that was the problem. But you know what? I'm gonna go to Discord, because until people, Benji, I'm a poor man now, pretty much. I guess the thing is, Gary just had a speech that got lots of attention because of how good it is. But just because of that, it doesn't mean he has all the answers. Everyone has their flaws. That's the thing. That's the thing. Yeah. So Gary does have his flaws. It's pretty clear. And I hope people don't worship him. I don't like the worship, you know. That's what I don't like personally. I think he's a great activist. I want him on our side. I want him to continue fighting for animals. But you know, when people worship him, this is what happens. You have, if you know people worship you, have a bit of a more of responsibility. It's kind of sad, you know. Maybe he didn't choose this position, but if he's such a big figure in the movement, he also has a bit more responsibility about his answers. But also, I understand where he's at and the trauma that he's been going through. He's been doing activism for 20 years, right? So it's difficult. It's difficult to say what's right or wrong. If Gary is against humans, then he's not at peace with ourselves. Maybe. I don't know. He's pretty clearly, he's not against, is he against, he's against humanity, right? That's what he says. He doesn't like the human species, which you can understand, right? Like, we're essentially, I don't think we're any different from other animals. It's just we have a lot more power than other animals. And with the way we behave, essentially, you know, it's not that nice. So I can understand why you wouldn't like the species. We're very imperfect as a species. What happened in that debate, I can't watch the whole thing. It's not worth watching the whole thing. After a while, it's all the same. It just feels like a little bit of a breakdown, and that's why also I took down my comment. That's why I don't necessarily want to talk about it, because Gary is a good activist. It's just, yeah, I'm very conflicted about all of it. I'm very conflicted because on one side, you know, Catherine and Natalie did nothing wrong. They were amazingly logical and everything. But on the other side, I'm also conflicted about it. About, you know, Gary's an awesome activist. He's a great one. I really don't want to cancel him. I really don't want people to stop following him. We need more of him to do activism. So yeah, I don't like the adults that refuse to change. Kids, I'm indifferent. We should give them a chance. Sure. They didn't have the right to destroy his mental health over his opinions of humans. I don't know if they destroyed his mental health, or if this should be a wake-up call for Gary to get some help. I don't know if he already gets help. But we all saw, yeah, the breakdown, right? Like, we all saw that, and it's not nice to see. Chip, are you a button pusher? No, I'm not a button pusher myself, but people who are, I don't care. What was the food like at VCO? Pretty good. It was very good, but as the recommendation of Steve, from Melon Steve, I mostly just ate these bowls. I tried all of them, these bowls. I forgot the name of them, but yeah, there were these bowls, like kind of like they had rice at the bottom and a lot of cool stuff at the beginning. They also had nutritional values, which was a big plus for me. So I tried mostly that and some pasta. So I like the food, but everything else for me, I'm also picky eater. I don't like deep fried stuff and comfort food. So there was a lot of comfort food. So if you like comfort food, if you like great tasting food, you're gonna love VCO. Yeah. They berated him over 2 hours, even after he said sorry multiple times for what he said in the past. That's the thing, Doc, right? That's the thing. I feel like he didn't say sorry for what he said in the past, right? Like, because that's what they were trying to come across. And clarity is very important in this kind of stuff. So they were a bit nitpicky. I won't say no. They were a bit nitpicky. I would have maybe gone with the good faith in that direction. But what they were doing was nothing wrong. They actually just were trying to be logical about his statements, and that's very good. That's very good to hold somebody to the logic of their statements. And it can be annoying, but when we make statements, we got to make sure that they're correct, right? I didn't watch the speech. I think they were arguments. Yeah. Hello, Sarah Room. But anyway, let's just go get into Discord. Okay, I put a new text. Yeah, because that's the name of the event on Discord. So I'm gonna get to Discord.
It sounds like you have like vegan ethics, because you just told me it's not okay to mutilate animals for profit.
No, but mutilating is a different part. Like, if you will also say that we eat animals, we eat other species, so I would not say that's immoral. That's a
Oh, why
cycle
not?
of life. That's a cycle
Oh,
of life.
do you think circle of life is a good justification for it, or
Of course, everyone
why?
do
Why?
it. If like we are made to eat them. Like our human bodies is omnivore.
Yeah,
So we can also eat plants and we can also eat animals. So
yeah.
eating animals is not immoral. If a lion is eating like anything, so if lion is a carnivore, so you can't tell him that he's immoral because he
Mm-hmm.
needs to eat it. Same as
Oh,
humans. Human can eat
oh,
it.
you think? Oh, hold on. Do you think you need to though? Like,
Like nobody needs to. They can do it. Like it's not
yeah.
immoral. I am saying it's not
Hold on, hold
immoral.
on, hold on. Why did your mind change so drastically though? Because surely, like, killing somebody is the most extreme form of mutilation, right? You cutting somebody's throat. Why did your mind change so quickly just because like people continue just doing it?
No, but it's in humans, not in animals, because animal
Oh,
doesn't matter that much. If you will ask me if I want to save any random 1,000 animals and one human, so I will choose always the one
sure.
human.
Well, do you think if we stopped mutilating animals, we would like some humans would die or something? Because like it's like a false dichotomy, because I'm not asking you, well, would you choose an animal's lives over a human's life? I'm asking you, well, why aren't you considering animals' life? Well, no human life supposedly would be lost. You know what I mean?
Okay, I get it, but
Hmm.
it like yeah, it's like it's everyone got freedom, so like they can eat whatever they want to, like
Well, again, your mind has changed somewhat, because
what.
like when I asked you about like the mutilation of females in some countries, and I asked you, well, does it
So
justify?
those are not animals. You
Yeah,
are
yeah, yeah.
talking
But
about
when I asked,
human girls. You are talking
yeah,
about
good. But
humans.
also when I asked you, like, I asked you a couple of times, right? If we should apply ethics to animals as well, you said yes. And
Like
if you found
at,
out that you like your actions like caused the mutilation of pigs, for instance, you said, yeah, I would stop.
can you explain me what is like utilization of pigs? Like I don't know about it.
Okay, sure. So, first of all, the ultimate mutilation, in my opinion, is slitting their throats, right? It's just like cutting their throats open so that they die for food. That's what happens to all food animals.
So
But
you are
also,
saying you
hold
are
on. So hold on,
okay.
hold on, one sec. So, but also specifically pigs, they have like their balls cut off when they're babies, without anesthesia. Obviously, it's just like the scrotum is open and then they rip the balls out.
Okay.
That happens without anesthesia. That's mutilation as well.
Okay. Okay.
So
What's the like why they do it? Tell me. If they are doing that thing, if
mhm.
they are cutting their balls, their tongues without any reason, I would say no, that's a senseless if. Yes, if they are eating its tongue,
No, no.
balls, so I
Before
would not say.
before VPN, before
Yes.
you answer, I want to ask you, Noob Master, what's a good reason to do all of that? To cut somebody's balls off? What would be a good reason, in your
No, I'm
opinion?
not saying it's a good reason. I'm saying that thing only. That's a senseless thing. But if they want to eat it, if they
Well,
want
yeah.
to kill it, of
Well,
course
the
they
balls
can
are
do it.
cut off. The balls are cut off because they want to eat them. So the animals who have balls, so when testosterone starts to run through their flesh, it makes the flesh smell weird, and so they cut off. It's not like it is senseless. I would agree with you there. It's not without reason. It's because you want to eat them.
Yeah, if it will be not senseless if they want to eat them. If they are
Oh,
cutting their
okay.
tongues without any reason, I would say yes,
But
it
Noob
is
Master,
senseless.
what if they want to cut their balls off and eat the balls? Is that okay?
Yes, of course it's okay
So,
if they
while
want
they're
to, because
alive?
we are more dominant. Like if I don't know, see, if you will ask me personally, I would not say cut its balls alive because it will feel pain, because that will be senseless.
Is them
So
feeling
in
pain
my
bad?
opinion,
It's not senseless because we agreed, right? There is a reason behind it to eat them.
no,
So is
like
cutting the ball,
giving
is them
someone,
feeling pain bad?
it's, I would not say it's bad, but giving
Why?
someone pain, an unnecessary pain, will be bad.
Why is
Why?
it bad?
Because of course, because everyone who dies will feel pain. So you can't say that why we will feel pain. It's just a sense of your body that warning you
And you
to
also said
be conscious.
unnecessary. Do you think it's a necessity to consume animal products?
It's unnecessary to what?
Do you think consuming animal products is a necessity?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. What would convince you that it's not necessary, that we can be healthy on a plant-based diet?
No, but why you want to eat plant-based diet?
What would convince
Why
you?
you?
What would convince
What's
you?
the reason?
What would convince you that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet?
Like, yes, we can be healthy in a plant-based diet,
So
but
that means we don't need it
uh,
then. So if we can be healthy on a plant-based diet, that means we don't need meat or animal products.
no, but vegan diet, I would say, is the worst diet because there's some lack of, you know,
Can you be
many
healthy on a
things.
plant-based
Like
diet?
you can, but you
What
need
does
to,
healthy mean to you?
like, healthy means everything. Like you are getting good protein, good vitamins,
Yeah,
everything.
you're getting
So
everything that your body requires, everything that your body needs, right?
yes,
So
yes, yes.
if you can get everything that your body needs on a plant-based diet, then why would you choose to cut the pigs off of to cut the balls off of pigs?
Because we can also eat that. Like
Well,
why you are making an
you can also
exception?
eat humans. You can also eat dogs, you can eat
Yes,
humans.
no,
Well, you can
no,
eat a
but
lot of stuff.
humans,
You can eat shit
but
also. You can eat a
humans are.
lot of stuff. Well, how does that morally justify cutting the throat of an innocent
Yeah, you
animal?
can. No, yes, I'm saying that you can eat it. You can eat it. I'm not stopping you to doing it. Everyone is independent. I'm not saying that.
So
Why
you're
you are
okay with killing and eating
basically,
dogs?
yes,
Are you okay
I
with
would
killing
say
and eating humans also?
killing humans.
And eating them, yeah, for the sake of eating them.
No, no,
Why not?
no, no. Because humans, you can't compare humans with animals, man.
You just did.
We are basically. When did I did?
You're just doing that right now, right? You're saying you can't compare humans to animals, and all of a sudden you start saying how humans are better. That's a comparison.
Humans are better, so I'm not
That's a
saying humans
comparison.
are
Yeah, yeah,
equal to
yeah.
animals and you
Noob,
can't eat humans. I'm saying
noob. The
I
point
didn't compare humans to animals.
Noob, the point that Chip is making, that you're using the wrong concept. You're using the wrong word. A comparison is saying, well, the two objects have a few things in common, a few things that are separate and stuff like that. That's a comparison. Every time you put two objects in the same sentence, kind of, when you're saying humans are better than animals for some reason, right? That's a comparison. What you mean is equating, right? You mean humans are not equal to animals, so it's not okay to like do that equating.
Oh, okay,
But
I
comparison,
get
you
it.
are doing
Okay,
it
my bad.
yourself, right? You are doing a comparison. When you say humans are better than animals, that's a comparison.
What
Yes, from
exactly?
that comparison,
What exactly
I'm
makes a
showing
human
that
worthy? What exactly makes a human worthy of the right to not be to not have their balls cut for an optional product?
I would not say like we are worthy. I'm saying we are more dominant.
But
And
you do say that we should respect the right of a human and not cut their balls off if we want to eat their balls.
yes,
Yet for a
yes,
pig,
yes,
you don't grant them that. So why is that?
because every human like matters, but I would not say like every pig would matter. Like
To who?
pig
Well,
is gonna
To
cause
who?
nothing.
To who?
wait. Why aren't you applying ethics to animals? You told me that you would. Why aren't you applying ethics? Like, surely it's not okay to cut off the balls of an animal without anesthesia because they feel pain. You said it yourself, right? Why is the fact that you eat that then unnecessarily, you also admitted to that, is a justification to all of a sudden forgo ethics and say, yeah, it's totally fine to mutilate an animal without anesthesia, even though they feel pain? You kind of you kind of refuting yourself, and I want to see why this happened.
I already said that I am not talking about how animal is feeling pain. I would say it's a senseless thing to
It is. Yeah,
without
you said
killing
it's
them.
senseless. Yeah, you said it's
Wi-
endless yourself when you admitted that it's not okay to kill them, that it's not. Sorry, that you said that it's not necessary to kill them for food, that you
Yeah.
can be
It's
without.
not necessary to kill them without anesthesia and cutting their balls with, and after that killing them. I
Is
would
Well,
it
it
say
is
necessary?
simple.
necessary because otherwise the meat would be unedible to you, right? So you are causing this.
Yeah.
So
So
that's why I'm asking the question: why all of a sudden a change of mind, right? And you're not applying ethics to animals at all.
So why you want to apply ethics to animals?
Well, because they're sentient, they can feel pain, they can experience life. It's something like when you said, well, humans are better than animals. Sure, we have like higher consciousness and stuff, but like there are also a lot of similarities. And one of those similarities is the ability to experience life, feel pain, feel fear, joy, all of those emotions, and like just
Oh,
looking at
so
the
they
pets around
oh
me.
so they will leave for example, a lion will leave any of his prey if he will think that he will feel fear or he will die because I will eat him.
lions
So it
Sorry, I'm not
doesn't
sure
make.
constantly
what your point is.
yeah,
Sorry, go
lions
on.
constantly kill other lions. In fact, what lions do in order to have sex with the females, and that pride just being a fancy word for a group of lions, what they do is they kill all the males and all the children in that pride so that they can have sex with the females and so that they can reproduce faster, so that they can spread their own gene. So why?
So hold on, Chip. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm going to cut you off because this is
Please.
so irrelevant. Noob, earlier on, you actually pointed out something, right? When I was talking about female mutilation, right? In some countries, you said, well, people are not going to change their mind because they have bias, because they tied this to their religion and to their tradition and stuff like that. Do you think that maybe you are experiencing the same thing? Because you are like so used to eating animals and it's tied into your culture, your religion, your tradition, you're
Nigger.
biased against it.
Can be same applied for you.
In what way? I've changed my mind. When I found out what we do to animals is wrong, I applied ethics and I'm no longer doing that. So like, but can you, without like pointing back at me, can you please explain to me why all of a sudden you are like not considering your bias in your
Um,
in the consequences
no,
of your actions?
Because it's just a cycle of life. You're not. If you will give me a great point,
Oh,
I would
sure.
change my mind.
Okay, sure. So the cycle of life will still exist for you if you just ate plants. I can give you anecdotes and I can give you scientific evidence. So anecdotally, I've been
But
plant-based
why?
for
But why? But why
why?
you want to
Yeah,
be plant-based?
because of ethics. Because in order to eat animal products, animals are mutilated. They have the throat slit
And
or
because
have
no,
their bones cut off.
yeah, and because no master, as you said, was while I was here also, you said that unnecessarily causing harm or killing an animal is bad. And if you don't need to consume animal
I
products, that
I
mean
didn't say killing
unnecessarily
and
killing them is bad. Yes, you
yes, I
did.
would
I
say
asked you why is
unnecessarily
you
killing them is bad.
I asked you, no
For example,
master.
here,
I asked you why is them feeling pain bad, and you said because it's not necessary. And you said
it's not
unnecessary pain, and you also emphasized on the
unnecessary. What do you
idea
mean?
that
Sorry,
What do you mean by unnecessary? If you are killing for example, if you are killing an animal and you are just throwing it off, yes, it's unnecessary. If you are not eating it, if you
yeah,
would
well,
eat it, it's necessary.
what if
well, Newt,
just
it becomes cheap. Hold on, please.
yeah.
It becomes unnecessary when you actually understand that you can live without those products, right? And you said it yourself. You can be plant based, so you don't have to kill those animals. So it's unnecessary, right?
No, I would not say it's unnecessary. It's how the life goes. Our body is made to
What's the role of
like
food,
also
Noob?
eat them.
What's the role of food?
Food, food helps us to like survive in humans. If you would say we need a g- great balanced diet
It
of
provides
everything.
nutrition, right? That's what it does.
Yes.
And it also provides some form of enjoyment as you eat them, correct?
Okay.
If
Yes.
you can get all that with while if you can get all that while at the same time inflicting pain on an animal, and you can get all that while at the same time not inflicting pain on the animal, which one do you think is better?
Can you repeat again?
Sure. So if you can get nutrition and food satisfaction while also harming an animal, but you can get nutrition and food satisfaction while not harming an animal, which one do you think is better?
Yes. Both are equal for me, I would say.
So you
It's
don't really
my
care
choice.
about harming an animal.
I can choose.
So
No,
you
no,
don't
no. I
care
do
about
not care
harming
about
animals.
harming. Yes, yes.
Why is your ethics so changed? I think it's biased because, as you said
No,
before, your
my
ethics
ethics
completely
didn't. I
change each
ethics.
other.
My ethics didn't change. You were talking about humans, and
Well,
now you
here's
were talking about animals. So that's a different. My ethics didn't change.
no. You told me. I asked you specifically. Well, should we apply ethics to animals? You said yes. Is it okay to mutilate animals? You said no. Right? And all of a sudden, you are saying killing an animal and not killing an animal are the same action. You're literally putting zero ethics towards animals. You are treating them like 100% objects at this point, because you're saying
Yes,
it
yes.
doesn't matter if you kill an animal or not. You're saying it has zero matter. They're the same. You hear how that's weird? You're saying killing an animal and not killing an animal, same action. It's almost contradictory on your position.
No, like I would not say if you will go for the whole plant-based diet, you can get every type of nutrients, but some people are there who can't afford it.
No. Let's not go to some people. Let's go to you, right? You
Okay,
can be
okay.
plant-based. You know this, right?
And you can be healthy, as you've also said. So
And
So
like
it's unnecessary for
I would
you
not, I can also say that killing plants is also killing life. It's
based on what?
it's just a different form.
Why? Based on what? Why should you consider ethically plants? Why should you consider them ethically? The mutilation of plants. Funny.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm asking why should you consider plants ethically? right? Because we reached the conclusion why you should consider animals ethically. They can experience life, they feel pain, fear, joy, all of that stuff, right? Do you think plants do that as well? Can they feel pain, experience life, all of that?
Like like they
Can
don't
you answer my
feel
question,
pain.
please?
See. Okay. They don't feel
Yeah,
pain like animals, I would say.
there you go.
But
So you see, it's not relevant, right?
listen, you are not listening. Why you are shouting? Let me say.
Because
Plants.
we're gonna waffle about it. But yeah, go on, waffle.
No, you are not letting me say. Okay.
No, go on. No,
Like
go on.
plants do not respond to harm. They release chemicals, send
Ugh.
signals like through roots, like even warn other plants. Just because they don't scream like animals doesn't mean they don't
Mhm.
act. Like ethics shouldn't be based only on whether something cries out.
Yeah, so
If
you
like
do you think you
in a
should consider,
in a
hold on,
in,
do you think you should consider animals and plants on the same level? You said humans are better than animals. Well, are animals better than plants or the same?
I can't like they are different types of things. I would say that.
Well, can you answer my question, right? You created a hierarchy where humans are better than animals. So I'm
Yes,
asking
yes.
you that how do plants fare in that hierarchy? Are they the same as animals or are they less?
Like I never thought about it. Maybe
Mhm.
plants be less like. Let
Yeah,
me think about it. I can't like no, I don't have a point in comparing animals and plants. Let me think about it.
sure. Take your time.
I can draw you an example if you want, that would help you. Do you think that somebody mowing the lawn is the same as somebody cutting the heads off of animals?
Like technically it can be, but
Why?
uh,
How?
like
Why?
like
To
if you like you
look,
were
put your bias away for a second, right? Just be logical.
Yeah.
no, like
Just
you were
think
saying
about
me
it
to
logically.
compare animals and plants. I would say like yeah, animals have brains, nervous system, everything like, but
Mhm.
plants are also alive, but
Yeah,
they
but put
they
them in an
don't have
hierarchy.
brains or
Yeah,
nervous
sure.
system. They
Yeah, sure, but
respond but don't experience pain the way animals do. Like yes, animals feel pain more directly, but that doesn't mean plants have zero ethical value. I would say
okay.
that.
So animals though have higher ethical value, correct? Than plants?
Maybe yes.
Yeah. So if you can go down on unethical right, if you can go down on the ethical ladder and kill the less ethically considerate, or how do you say it, cheap, maybe you can say it better.
Yeah, so
Like
so
wait,
so so
I would say see, I would say like I'm changing my point that I said they are higher. Like I'm not deciding who is higher.
okay, so Noob Master, even if you're not
That's
deciding,
a
let me ask you this.
human made
Sure.
scale.
Sure. So Noob Master, that's a human-made scale. I don't. Whatever. You're just biting any bullet, and you're essentially changing your worldview to suit what you want to do. So
I
let
didn't
me
change
ask you
my
this.
worldview. I
Yeah,
didn't
you
change
did.
my
You just did
worldview. What you
now.
are saying?
You just
What
did
you are
now.
saying?
So let me ask you this,
What
Noob
do I
Master.
change?
If you had the choice between killing 100 plants and one innocent animals versus killing 50 plants only, which one is more preferable?
Like 100 plants and
One innocent animal versus 50 plants only.
I would say yes. Like animals experience pain more directly than plants. I agree with that. Like I would say, um, like the real world isn't such a simple choice. Like we always kill both plants and
So
animals
what would you
together.
choose between? What would you choose? My
Even
question is, if you had the option between choosing to
no,
kill 50
your question
plants
is
or 100 plants and
not
an animal, what would you
based. Your
choose?
question is not based. Your question is just trying to
It's a
confuse. Your question
hypothetical,
is
and
not
I'll
based.
explain. So it's a hypothetical, and
Yes,
I
yes,
can
it is
explain to you why
hypothetical.
I'm making
So
this question.
we need to like apply some logic to a
Yeah, I'll
hypothetical question.
listen, no master, listen, because I'm going to ask you one last time this question, because otherwise I just feel like you're extremely disingenuous. You're not disingenuous, you're extremely disingenuous. You've bitten every bullet, you've changed your mind consistently, all of it because you want to prove something. To yourself, maybe. I don't know, because to us, you're not proving anything. So I'll ask you this question yet again. Hypothetically, if in front of you, there's two options, one to kill 50 plants and the other to kill 100 plants or one animal, which one is better, according to your values?
So animals feel pain more than plants, but both are life. Even a plant only like diet kills countless plants,
So it's
like
50
insects and
plants,
everything.
50
So
plants
the real
versus 100 plants and an animal. Which one is better?
um the real ethical question isn't like 50 plants and 100 plants with one aim. It's how
Oh, I can prove
live
it to
while
you that
minimizing total.
I can prove it to you that Chip's hypothetical was incredibly charitable. In fact, vegans eat about 10% of the plants that animal eaters eat because animals also eat plants.
Yeah. That's why I draw this hypothetical. You're incapable when it's 50 plants versus 100 plants plus one animal. You're incapable of choosing which one is the right choice because you know that you would say 50 plants. But in reality, it's more like 10, maybe 20 plants. Let's be charitable. 30 plants versus 100 plants plus one animal. So in other words, when you choose to eat animal products, you kill more plants and animals in the process. So why? Why would that be the better option?
Nuba, you there?
Yes.
Okay. You're thinking.
Yes, I'm thinking
That's good.
what he
Yeah, yeah,
said.
yeah. Thinking. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you do it.
But please don't
Okay.
think in a way where you have to find a way to make it work, to make eating animal
No. I'm
products
just
work.
like,
Yeah, put your
can
bias
you
aside.
like, you asked me a question, right? Like, can you repeat it?
Sure. What would you choose between 50 plants versus 100 plants and an animal to kill?
50 plants and between 100 plants and an animal.
Yeah, so on the left side is 50 plants, and on the right side is 100 plants and an animal. You can choose to kill what is on the left or what is on the right. Which one would be better?
Is it really that hard a question?
It's insane, huh?
No,
Like,
guys, no. Hold on. They're working through it. Noob is working through it. It's okay. I mean, those are. I think those are difficult questions if you never thought about it.
like I would say I did choose 100 plants and one animal because animal feel pain, plants don't. But the real point is minimizing harm, not
So you would
just
choose to
numbers.
kill? You would choose to kill 100 plants and an animal?
Over 50 plants.
Only?
Like it depends. Like for what we are killing. Like
Why
we
does it
like
depend? Whatever. I want to put it in my butt. I want to put all the results, mash it together, and put it in my butt. Who cares? I put it in my body. That's what I want to do with it. I want to put it in my body somehow. Through my butt, through my mouth, through my ears. Who cares? I just put it in my body somehow.
yeah, I would say 50 plants.
Good. That's vegan logic, mate.
There you go.
No, not that's not if he's gonna put that in upper on his ass, I would say like that dead animal and 100 plants don't need to go there.
I can
50
get
plants
nutrition
would
from
work.
putting it up my butt also. You know that, right?
Okay, so that's a great way to get nutrition. I'm not saying anything about it. Do as you please.
So wait a minute. Now the question comes to you that if I put it in my body through a different source, like through the mouth, it all of a sudden becomes better to kill 100 plants and one animal?
Like what you are saying, I would say minimizing the harm would be a better thing to do.
Regardless of how I put it in my mouth, or how I put it in my body, right?
Yeah, I would choose 50 plants. I'm saying that.
Okay, so do you acknowledge that when you buy an animal product, you are faced with this choice?
No, I would not say that.
I think VPM is VPM is literally showing right now, is streaming the result of that. Maybe you can explain VPM what this choice
Sure.
is.
So, Noob, if you can look at my stream in the Discord, right? Right there. Let me know when you're watching it, right?
Okay, I'm watching it.
Okay. So this is an estimated number of animals killed to produce 1 million calories in 8 food categories, right? So this can be applied to plants as well, right? So a chicken kills that many animals, right? It does, so chicken flesh, I mean. So that product does it through basically the fact that they eat crops. So when a chicken eats crops to be killed for food, right? Some animals die, right? That means that chickens eat way more crops than if humans went, for instance, like watch it, vegetables, right? Than if humans ate the crops directly. Okay, I have a different way to explain this. I guess not here. I don't remember where it is. So, oh yeah, trophic levels. Let me find
No,
it.
like yes, like humans consume a lot of calorie, and that involves killing live plants or animals. And like the real ethical question isn't total calorie, like it's suffering and like sentience. Like animals feel pain, plants don't. That's why eating animals matters more morally than eating plants. I would say that, but uh, even in a plant-only diet, millions of plants are killed anyway. So blaming me for calorie ignores the bigger picture. Like
Oh, it totally
life.
doesn't. Look, no, it totally doesn't. So look at my screen again, right? So we have a graphic right here. So global land use for agriculture across different diets, right? So this shows that currently, right, in the meat-eating world, uh, this much land is just basically pasture land where it's like grass and stuff and animals eating that grass, or the like CAFOs concentrated. But anyways, so animal agriculture kills all of those plants, and also 43% of the cropland, all of those plants also go to animal feed, and we only put 57% towards humans, right? If the entire world went vegan, right, we could literally reduce cropland, and all of this pasture land will also not be plants dying. It's going to be like just free, just wild. It's going to be wild again, right? So where
What
plants
you
can,
said, everyone would turn vegan. What would happen?
we would reduce our like both cropland and pasture land by 75%. So that would be a significantly smaller amount of plants dying, and obviously the animals as well. Let's not forget the animals in this equation. So you going vegan would harm both less plants and less animals.
Yeah, yes, going vegan could reduce land use and animals' death, but it doesn't eliminate harm.
Sure.
Plants,
Well, you
so
can't do
plants,
anything, right? So
insects, and ecosystems are still affected. Ethics isn't just about numbers. It's about uh,
well, if you could,
respecting life while surviving.
yeah, sure. If you
And
could respect life in the most big amount, right? Like reduce your impact on life as much as possible. Shouldn't be your moral obligation to do so, or
no,
like let's
it's about respecting life while surviving. And humans have always eaten
Mhm.
both plants and animals.
Well, remember when
Balance.
remember when we talked about like female genital mutilation, and I asked you,
Yes.
well, would it be like a good justification to continue mutilating females because they've done it for such a long time? It's part of their culture, their tradition, their religion. You told me no. So aren't you using the same silly excuse to do something unethical? According to you, by the way, you think it's unethical to kill the most amount of plants and animals?
It's like you are comparing, like you are comparing humans, like
No.
human
What
woman.
I'm
You are
doing,
comparing.
I'm not really doing that. First of all, we already talked about that comparison is totally fine. You also did comparison when you said humans are better than animals. I'm not comparing those two things. And I don't know why you are not like updating your understanding as we go. I already explained to you that comparison is the wrong word to use. Were you listening when I said that?
Okay, no, but you are saying that they are like girls are, you know, the same
Well, I'm
things
not
we are
saying that.
doing with.
I'm asking, is it a good justification to do something unethical? Like we've done it for a long time, and you said no.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, we're talking about ethics here, right? Although for you, ethically, animals are lesser, ethics should still apply to them, right? And a bad justification to do something bad is still a bad justification in case of animals and plants, because you care about plants as well, right? You going vegan would reduce the amount of plants you harm as well.
By the way, VPM, how long do you want to continue this conversation? Because I mean, I like I'm up for it if you want to, but I feel like we're
I'm just
going in
like,
circles.
I'm just really bamboozled. We started this conversation, and Noob was saying all the ethically correct things, frankly, right? That we should consider animals ethically. We should, if we find out that we do something unethical, we should fix that and not do it ourselves, at least, right?
Yeah.
And if somebody else, like I even asked, if somebody else is doing something unethical, do you think we should talk to them about them trying to change their mind? So I'm really, really frustrated that all of a sudden, Noob, your ethics changed, or your understanding on ethics changed so drastically when we found out that you are doing something unethical according to
But
you.
no, but yeah, yes, I would say, but some people choose not to eat animals for ethical reasons, but and this their choice. But ethics isn't one size
No,
like
but no.
that fits all.
What
Humans, no,
what?
like humans evolved as omnivores, needs nutrients from animals, and the ethical
Wait,
focus should
why
be
are
on
you going
minimizing
back to
No,
suffering.
this?
we're
You
going in
already agreed
circles.
that you can live on plants. Noob, what's going on? Why aren't you updating your information as we go along? You already admitted you can't be on. You can be on a plant-based diet. You don't have to eat animal products, and yet you're reverting now to the same position. What's going on? Literally, I'm frustrated from
Yes,
this.
yeah, like yes, humans can survive on
Yeah.
plants along with supplements, but like there are more
Then
many
what's the
nutrients.
problem?
There are
What?
no, there are more many nutrients that we get from
Which
animals.
ones? Which nutrients?
Like you can also get that from like
Which
less amount from plants
nutrients?
also.
Which nutrients do you think you're gonna be missing?
Yeah.
Like which one, like anything like B12 or something.
Okay, can you take a supplement for it?
Yes, we can.
There you go. Then you can get B12 on a plant-based diet, and you don't need to split the throat of an animal for.
No, but not everyone can afford, I would say,
You can.
Can you afford
B12
a
supplement.
fucking B12 supplement that costs like 1 penny
Yes,
per day? There you
I can.
go.
Yeah,
So
I
you
can
can be
afford it.
plant-based, right?
No, but it's will be waste of my money.
Waste of
Sorry,
your
you
money.
can't be plant-based, you can't afford a B12
Yes.
supplement, yet you can afford fucking meat.
Wait, because it's even cheaper to be plant-based, so it's actually a waste of your money to consume animal products because it's cheaper.
It's cheaper to be plant-based, you are saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I can
100%.
show you the evidence for it.
We also have evidence for that, man.
Yeah.
So
I haven't
Noobmaster,
gathered the animal.
let's just recap a little bit, okay? So you have two options in front of you. One exploits and kills an innocent animal and a lot of plants. The other one kills less plants. On the one that kills and exploits the animals also costs more, also is worse off for the environment and for society and for humans who are exploited like in slaughterhouses and such. And the other one doesn't have all that. It's actually preferable in all other situations. And you're still trying to justify the one that exploits and kills animals. Why are you doing that?
You biased.
Plant-
Noob,
like
aren't you?
my
Please
plant.
admit that you are biased. The way
No,
you
I'm
said
not
that the people
biased.
who were doing female mutilation, you said, well, people are biased when
No,
they like assimilate.
plant-based diet may seem cheaper in theory, but raising animals effectively also provides nutrients in a massive
ones?
amount, and
Which ones?
they can
Which
like
ones? You are frustrating me at this point because you said
what
B12,
which one?
and a B12 supplement is much cheaper than meat or other animal products. It's literally like 5 pence a day or a week in my case.
Like yes, beetle supplements exist and are cheap, but humans need more than
Which
there are
one?
more nutrients, I would say,
Which ones?
like omega-3s or something like, and other
Which
nutrients
ones?
that are natural.
You don't even know, do you? You don't even know
Omega,
which nutrients you're getting from
like there are
animals.
many. I would
Let's
not
move on.
say like iron, omega-3s, and other nutrients that are naturally available in animals.
Wait, you think omega-3 isn't available on a plant-based diet?
Yeah.
Naturally,
No, yes, natural. I'm talking about fucking natural.
As
You
if
think
it
omega-3
mattered.
doesn't exist on a plant-based diet?
As if it mattered if it were natural or not. Dude, you can get all those nutrients. I think you're just trying, like, you see, you just keep moving the goalpost with every single thing we show at you. Every single thing you're then like, what about this? What about this? What about this? So you can be healthy on a plant-based diet. That means every nutrient that you need, you will get it.
no, yeah, they exist. I would say, but like vitamin B12, iron,
Those are nutrients that you
they
need
are
and you can get on a plant-based
they
diet.
are either absent or very hard to absorb.
Oh, brother, no, that
from
is not true.
plants.
Dude, I'm a certified nutritionist. Can you show evidence for your claims? I'm done with all this bullshit. I'm done with you. Can you show evidence for anything that you're saying?
From where do I get evidence? I need
I don't
to
know. So
research
how
for
can you
it.
say things that don't have evidence behind them?
Evidence for your claim, Noob?
Yeah.
You don't have evidence
No,
for your claim?
I didn't make whole like a PDF like you. I just know what I
Then
know.
how
So how do you
do
know?
you know that you're
Yeah.
correct? How the
I
fuck
would
do you
need
know
to-
that you're correct?
I would need to search about it. It's like that.
So why are you
How
saying it? Why are you saying something that you don't know if it's correct or not?
No, I know I'm saying, but you are saying evidence. Evidence I need to show.
So you believe
Then
something
if
without
you don't
evidence?
have evidence, hold on, Chip. If you don't have evidence, how do you even correct? What are you
No,
basing your
I can
information on?
get any.
No,
I'm
what are
not
you basing
holding
your
evidence
information
right
on?
now. I'm not holding evidence right now, but
But what are you? I'm not
I can
asking
search
this.
it.
I'm not asking you for evidence at this point. At this point, I'm just asking, how the fuck do you know what you know if you never looked it up?
No, I looked it up, but not right now.
What do you mean? If you looked it up, then you know how to search for evidence. Like a. It didn't take me that long to get the cheat sheet.
when I said that I can't search for evidence, I said I don't have evidence right now. I didn't say I can't
Okay.
search evidence.
Noob, if we prove to you that you're wrong on nutrition, are you gonna go vegan?
Yeah, maybe I can't. I didn't say that I will never turn vegan. I can't
I
turn
asked
vegan
you a
if we
question.
don't.
I asked you a question. If we prove to you, me and Chip, that you're wrong on your nutritional claims, right? We'll take the burden of proof. We'll take it away from you. You don't have to provide evidence. We'll just show you why you're wrong with our evidence that we have. Would you then go vegan?
Oh, yes, I can if you will give me some good evidence. Yeah.
Okay.
But I haven't researched like you. I don't have all the like you are gathering those PDFs. I haven't made those things. So if you will ask for me the evidence that I'm saying, so yeah, it will take me some time.
Yeah, you're making shit up. It would take you some time
No,
to
I'm
find
not.
some
No, I'm
facts.
not making. No, I'm not
You
making
are.
shit up. I just like you. You just made the whole this PDF and some things. I haven't made this for myself. I'm saying that. And if you are
Yeah,
asking me like this, like I haven't like done it.
No, so no
So
master,
I
no
can't.
master. Let me be clear. Let me be clear about it. You're making claims that are unscientific. We ask you for evidence. You say you don't have them. You say you saw them somewhere. So I would say the fact that we have evidence against what you're saying shouldn't that prove that what you're saying is not true?
So you can. You, if I don't have evidence, you are directly saying that the things that I'm saying is
No,
false.
if we have
How you can
evidence,
do
so
that?
if you have a statement, if you have two contradictory statements and one of them has evidence and the other doesn't, do you believe the one with evidence?
Yeah, I would believe one with evidence. I'm not saying it. The things that I'm saying, like they don't exist. They don't have. I don't have evidence. I'm saying that there will be evidence, but I haven't like researched and made a PDF or something about it. I'm
that's
saying that
why I'm saying,
because you are asking me about the evidence. I'm saying
yeah,
that I'm
but
not saying the things
we're
that
no
I
longer,
said are not evident
no, but we're no
evidence
longer
and
doing
all.
that. We're no longer asking you for evidence. That was just like a rhetorical question to see where you got your information from. At this point, we're not asking you for evidence. All we're asking is if we showed you evidence to the contrary, would you change your mind? Because what you're
Yeah, but
saying is wrong. It's incorrect.
see, that's what I'm saying. How can you say it's incorrect if I don't have evidence?
because
It's
because I researched,
50-50.
no,
It's
because I
50-50.
researched, because I researched it, because I went through all the evidence. It's kind of my job to do so. Job nobody pays me for. It's kind of my job to know about nutrition.
So you are saying that you researched that getting these nutrients like vitamin B12,
Yeah,
I was saying that very hard to absorb from plants. So you are saying that that's not true. It's very easy to absorb from plants. You are saying that.
absolutely, that's incorrect.
Yeah.
And cheap has actual certificate in nutrition.
And
So
anecdotal evidence because I actually consumed animal products and I did not get enough B12. In fact, I got so little B12 while consuming animal products that I was so deficient that I had to do injections because my doctor was scared. So and then I started supplementing B12 while continuing my consumption of animal products. So, yeah, buddy, you know, B12 is a very complicated vitamin. It's if you don't know anything about it, you can't understand it. But your claims are clearly false.
yeah, you shouldn't be claims based on, oh, I heard it from someone. You should check it out, right? Like a lot is at stake, noob, is the reason, right? That's why we're so passionate. Literal animal lives are at stake, and literal plant lives are also at stake, since you care about that. So we're trying
How
to
are you going
save,
to enforce it? I'm
the
sorry.
most, that's okay. We're trying to save literally the most amount of beings that you care for, and you keep throwing at us, well, I heard it from, and now we're offering to like help you out and show you that you are wrong. Why are you coping? Can you answer my question? Are you going to change your mind if
No, if like I can afford anything, so yeah, it like I doesn't need to kill an animal. I would say that, but
Okay.
there are
Okay.
still people who will
Yeah,
eat
sure.
animal
Sure.
because
So
they
challenge
don't get
22.
resources.
So challenge 22, I posted it in the chat. Challenge 22, if you subscribe to it, they hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day and they help you adopt a healthy plant-based diet within your budget, within your area. Do you think you can subscribe to this one? It's free.
it's free? Yeah. Also,
Wait, you are saying me?
Yeah,
yeah,
you.
Okay,
So
okay,
it's
okay.
essentially subscribing to this website and following the instructions that they do will help you adopt a plant-based diet, and will hook you up with a nutritionist, which is something maybe you haven't done your entire life, and all of it for free. And they'll help you adopt a plant-based diet within your budget, within your area, within your convenience means.
And also specifically to your claim about omega-3s, I have on my screen all the, I wouldn't use coconut oil just because it's like has a lot of saturated fat, but the rest of the stuff, and fat is like absorbable, okay? So you can eat flaxseed, chia seed, cashews, pistachios, almonds, avocados, stuff like that for omega-3s specifically. And seed oils. I love seed oils. Okay, so let's move on to somebody, I guess.
I agree. Whew, I've been doing some presses.
Have you been
shoulder
working
presses.
out? all the
Yeah,
time?
yeah,
Oh,
at the same time. Why not?
It's gonna be a while until I can work out so from the trip.
Is it because of why is that?
Oh, the flight, just the flights
Yeah.
on my way back just really killed me. I don't know why, but I'm getting better. I'm drinking my creatine, and I'm drinking very highly caffeine, so I'm doing okay.
No, yeah. And for people
Okay,
asking, I'm lifting 50 kilograms on each side. 15. It's not that much. It's very little. But I'm doing heavy reps, a lot of reps. And I've been to the gym this morning, so there you go. Anyway, let's move on.
Anybody wants to
Hello?
have a conversation about
Yep.
their bias?
It's not, well, it is bias, I guess, but I just have a quick question of like, let's say, okay, you have, sorry, you have all the evidence in the world that, you know, could convince 99% of people to eat vegan. But there's still people who don't wish to partake. How are you going to enforce that?
Yeah, that's a difficult question. It's one of those questions to address what like vegans are at least like 50%. Probably not gonna have to, because the technological advancements and just like the virality of ethics once it gets like a crucial mass might not need to enforce anybody, but probably quite a few people are just gonna be slaughtering animals on their own, like in the middle of nowhere. And that's something that we might not be able to prevent. I would say we should, at some point, we should like make it illegal to exploit and slaughter animals. I would definitely say that. It's not a conversation
So
for
you
now,
you
though.
would,
Oh, 100%.
but I'm saying, so like this is perfect world, like
Mhm.
you have your way, right?
Mhm.
So you will use force because, you know, invoking the law, making something criminal is using the threat of violence to then enforce your will onto others.
No,
Is that what you're saying?
Well, in the same way, sorry,
go on,
in the
sorry.
same way that we force people to not kill other people. Yeah, sure.
Exactly. It's not about our will. It's about respecting
Right,
sentient
but
beings.
people aren't a source of food, though.
They
Well,
are.
that doesn't matter. If
You
they
understand
were,
what I'm saying?
They are.
if they were, would you think that's like justified to like kill a person for?
If a person was my only source of food, like say I
Well,
was stranded on an icy mountain and I had to eat my best friend to survive because he was weak and I was strong, and that's just how it had to be, then yeah, and not only is that justified, but it's been upheld in court several times that
Yeah, sure.
eating a
So
person
that
can be completely justified.
100%.
So what I'm saying
hold on,
is, if you
hold on.
find yourself, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
We got the point. Sorry, we hear this point like 100 times a day. So that's
Yep.
the context of that's a different context of ethics from what we're talking about. So if you're stranded on I assume you have is human, that would be still a tragedy, right? You would have to be killing your best friend, but it would be somewhat
Well, it depends on how
justified,
much
right?
you like
Because
him.
because you're trying to survive. You can't then extrapolate that on society and saying, well, then murder is okay, right?
Well, then how do you justify the Inuit eating seals? Because that's their
Sorry,
only
can you
source of
answer my
food for
question? Sorry,
like
can
9
you
months
answer
out
my
of the year.
question first? Can you answer my question first?
I'm sorry, can you repeat it? Can you repeat
Sure.
it?
So just because in a case of tragedy where you are literally alive and you kill your best friend to eat them, that could be somewhat morally justified. Just because of that, you wouldn't then say, well, in a normal society where you have supermarkets and shit, it wouldn't justify murder of people for food, right?
Well,
Would it?
I'm sorry. So in normal society, so if a person was your only food source in normal society,
That's
then
not what
one
I'm
could
asking.
argue that yes, it would completely
That's not what I'm
justify
asking.
killing and eating them if
That's
they
not
were
what
your
I'm
only
asking.
food source.
That's not what
If
I'm asking.
that's not what you're asking, okay.
Yeah,
So
I'll
then,
repeat it. I'll
if
repeat
a
it.
person,
Fuck me. I repeat it so that you understand what we're talking about. Like, but can you please try to understand this time? So there are two
sorry,
states.
the dog made a mess. I had to clean something up.
Oh, I apologize. Cute doggy.
Yeah.
So there are two states that we're talking about, two different contexts. One context, you're on the icy, you are like in the middle of nowhere, starving, right? And that would be a tragedy to kill your best friend for, but it's justifiable ethically, right? Let's say. Would you then say in a society where nobody's starving, nobody has to kill anybody for food, right? You just go to a supermarket and grab a bunch of products. Would you then say it's justified to kill people for food in society?
No.
No. There you go. Then extrapolate
is there
that
a distinction? So I'm sorry. Is there a distinction between humans and animals that you're making?
Sure.
Are you saying there's no distinction between humans and animals?
Well, when it comes to the specific ethical question of is it okay to kill somebody, like either an animal or a human, for unnecessary reasons, right? So my claim is that it's unnecessary to kill animals for food. You can totally get all of your nutrition through plants and supplements, and therefore it becomes like unjustified to kill animals. In that way,
Okay.
I'm saying humans and animals are incredibly comparable. Because both are sentient. Basically, that means they're conscious, they have experience of life around them, they can feel pain and pleasure and joy and all of that stuff. I wouldn't say, though, that animals and humans are the same object, the same thing. Humans are slightly different, have different like structures in our brain, we're a bit smarter, we have higher consciousness, all of that shit.
Okay. So just to get straight, because I believe this is going to be along the same line of logic. I'm not accusing you of this, but would you be able to justify it ethically if someone were to squash a spider in their home?
Yeah, sure.
So did you justify that there's an ethical reason why someone could squash a spider in their home?
Sure. It becomes an invasion, so it's but I wouldn't. I don't. Like, I think spiders are cool, so I let them be.
Yes. So I would.
I do too.
So
because,
the way
like,
I would see it.
I have a farm.
Just to be
Sorry, go ahead.
clear. So the way you would do it, right? If there's a wild animal in your house, you try to kick them out, and if you can't, right, you might resort to violence to get them out. I would say the same is done for a human, an animal, or an insect that is in your house and you don't want them there. I know spiders are not insects,
Right,
but you know what I mean.
But killing the spider is arguably completely unjustifiable, depending on the type of spider, correct?
No.
Sure.
Because, like, a cellar spider doesn't bother anyone at all. Their fangs aren't even long enough to penetrate our skin in most cases. And cellar spiders clean up 90% of mosquitoes and flies that occur naturally in your home. Like, they have a very important job. And if you allow cellar spiders to live in your house,
well, animals don't have jobs. Animals don't have jobs. That's like you anthropomorphizing animals, basically.
And by the way,
chickens have a job. It's feeding me.
No, animals don't have jobs. They're literally, that's like in a human invention.
But
You
Dave,
because
so-
you're hold on, Val. So you because you're a farmer, you like coping about it, and you're saying animals have a job. This animal has like a meat to produce, and this animal has a different job. Like
Oh, no,
to
I don't
produce
eat.
eggs or
I don't
whatever.
eat any of my animals. My chickens produce eggs.
Well, it's
and I
not their
eat the
job.
eggs.
That's not their job. They don't get paid, and animals shouldn't have jobs.
No, they get
different
paid in
things.
protection and food.
Well, no, that's like if I had like human slaves, for instance, and I gave them
Well,
food
you have
and
a child.
shelter.
Like if you ever have a child, that would be the same
Well,
thing,
no,
right? Because your child's job is
I'm
to grow up
hoping-
and move
I'm
on,
hoping that
and you
you're
pay
not-
them in
Hold
protection
on.
and food.
I'm hoping that you're not exploiting your children for meat and eggs and all like their secretions, right? I'm hoping that you're
No,
taking
but
care of.
I don't
Hold
have
on,
children
hold
currently, but I would
on,
exploit them for work.
Hold on. I'm speaking. So I'm hoping that when you care for a child, you care them even if they don't provide you with fucking anything, right?
Well, yes, because like even when
Right.
my chickens grow old and they don't produce eggs anymore, I still feed them and protect them. I don't slaughter them.
Well,
I let them die
first of
naturally,
all-
and then I bury them because they have names.
First of all, that's very singular, and I don't know why you do that, but good on you, I guess. But you're still exploiting them when they are young. You're still exploiting
am I
them. That's
exploiting them?
exploitation.
How am I exploiting them?
Well, you buy them specifically to produce eggs.
No, producing eggs is just a byproduct. Having them, I enjoy having them, but they produce eggs and I eat the eggs. It's a byproduct of their being. They'll
Well,
produce
so
eggs
why did
whether
you
or
get
not
the-
I own
sorry.
them.
Did you get the chickens just to have companion animals, or?
No, I got them as so I have 10
Activism, right?
chickens and I have them for pest control mainly.
There you go. You're
'Cause they
exploiting
eat-
animals.
They
You're
eat
exploiting
the
animals.
how is that exploiting animals?
You're using
Well,
them
it's
It's a
for your
natural
exploitation.
behavior
benefit.
that I'm taking advantage of.
You
So
are. You literally are. You
Okay.
expecting them for something in return when you said that like if a child still take care of them, but yet your expectation from animals is to actually do something for you.
No.
They're not here for
no,
Have
I'm
you
that.
not
ever heard of-
expecting them to do
Have you
something
ever
for
heard
me.
of
It's a
symbiotic
byproduct of their being.
relationship?
Of Thomas, we're talking. Oh, Thanos. I apologize.
I muted them.
You can go ahead, dude.
Yeah, somebody can unmute Thanos if what's his name is sorry, I can't see the names because I'm I apologize for that.
But no, me
So,
having the
have
chickens
you
is
ever heard of
sorry.
symbiotic relationship?
Well,
Like
that's not a
where
symbiotic
Yeah.
relationship. The animal.
It is.
No, it's not. Yeah, Chippy, you want
No,
to
them
explain?
eating
Yeah,
pests
so,
is
so
a
let me
byproduct
explain
of their
why
being.
it's not a symbiotic relationship. Because a symbiotic relationship means not one has power over the other. You have power over all of these beings and you decide for them. At any moment in your life, if you want to kill them, you will find a way to justify it and there would be no issue. At any moment in their life, you can justify keeping one of them separate because it doesn't suit what you think of them, right? Maybe one of them starts shitting where you don't want them to shit. And because they're doing that, you're all of a sudden wanting to separate them. A symbiotic relationship
Well, you're
means
fighting ghosts
both of
because I
them
never said any of
benefit
that.
from it. Symbiotic relationships mean
Yeah.
both individuals benefit from it. I don't think
Yeah,
that
both individuals benefit from the situation that we have.
Sure.
I have
But
10 chickens.
I don't
they
think
eat
that a
pests,
chicken
They're fed, watered, and they have protection for their
Sure.
entire life for the next 15 years.
is that all you
That's
need?
Because I got a new
Well,
flock because my last one got killed with Fisher. But I have a new flock. They have protection. They have as much food as they want, as much space as they want. They have water, as much water as they need.
Wait.
throughout
I
every
can
15
challenge that.
All 15 years of their life.
So if they want to leave your
And-
yard, can they?
They have.
So if they want to leave your house and never come back, can they? If they want to go to your neighbors and live
They
with your
have.
neighbors, can they?
I don't know if they've lived at my neighbors specifically, but I've definitely had chickens just go into the woods and not come back.
Okay. And you're okay with that, right? You didn't go and buy another.
It's the nature of owning chickens.
did you buy
Sometimes
another?
they just disappear.
Did you go and buy another?
Not until the next season.
Yeah,
They're
there
not
you
something
go.
that can
Yeah.
just be replaced
So,
instantly.
so when you,
Yeah.
and when you buy chickens, do you choose the sex of the chicken?
No, they're usually just in lots.
And what
Yeah.
do you do with the roosters?
I keep them
Keep them for what?
to continue the pest control.
So that's exploitation.
How is
Like
that
if they-
exploitation?
Because if
they
didn't
live.
if they didn't do pest control for you, you would kill them and eat.
And
It is a
also,
byproduct of their being is the pest control. It is something
You're
that they would do
viewing animals
whether or
as
not I own
objects.
them.
You're viewing animals as objects. You talk about them as if
No,
they
I'm
were
viewing them
objects.
as things, or not things.
Exactly.
I'm viewing them
As
as
things,
A
yes.
thing as an
living
object.
creatures. No, I'm viewing them as living creatures that perform a function that I find beneficial.
Okay,
I'm
let's-
allowing them to do that function. I am feeding them and protecting them and watering them and
Can we-
housing them
Watering them.
while they perform that function for me.
okay, so if
That
I
is what
if,
I'm doing.
if
There's
I
no exploitation happening here. It is they will do it whether or not they exist on my farm, they exist in somebody else's farm,
no,
or
that's
they live
not true.
freely in the woods.
No, that's bullshit. They're
that's not
bred
true,
for
yeah.
it.
Exactly.
They're bred for
Bred
it.
for
You're
what?
buying them from
Chickens
a
are not
breeder.
bred for pest control. Chickens are bred for meat.
No, chickens
Yeah,
are
and
also
you
bred
buy
for
them
laying
to
eggs.
That's
perform a
because I enjoy
function for
looking at
you.
them.
That's
It
slavery.
brings me a lot of peace in my life.
That's slavery. You buy them to perform a function for you, not to take care of them, not for them.
But-
if they don't perform a function for you, you wouldn't be buying them.
But wait a
So,
minute, before we dive into all
If
of
they
this,
perform this function, irregardless of me wanting them to perform that
No,
function,
they're
how is it slavery?
bred. They're bred.
If
They
I
wouldn't
buy-
exist. They wouldn't
Okay,
exist.
let's
if you
say
didn't
let's
pay
say
for
I
them.
buy a person. Let's say I buy a person and I want them to shit in a bag, right? This
Uh-huh.
person likes to shit in a bag.
Uh-huh.
Irregardless of me owning this person, they will continue to shit in a bag. How is that exploitation?
it is if you buy them specifically for that purpose. But you know what? Before
Okay, so if I
wait,
found a
no,
chicken,
no,
if
no,
I
no,
found a chicken
no,
and it chose
no.
to live on my farm,
I'm not
if I found a
interested in this.
chicken
Wait, one
and
second.
they
I'm
chose
not
to live
interested
on my
in this.
farm, then
I'm
it
not-
wouldn't be exploitation.
So you know why I'm not interested in
Even
this?
if I
Because
only
I'm pretty
allowed
sure.
them to live on my farm for
Sure,
the
sure.
use of eating animals.
Sure,
That
sure.
would not be exploitation.
Excuse
Sure,
me, you
sure.
don't
So what's the
understand
distinction?
hold on. You don't understand the difference between buying a person and just like not interacting with that person at all. You don't
Yeah.
understand that buying a person is fucking slavery.
Yeah, you don't understand
Okay,
consent.
well, what
essentially.
if I physically buy them, right? And I'm like, okay, you're free now. You can choose to live here, and they choose to live there.
Are you justifying slavery? I just want to know.
Are you justifying fucking?
Wait,
Oh my God.
wait. I'm
So,
not.
here's what
so,
I'm saying.
VPN, one
Here's
second.
what I'm saying.
So, dude, one
I
second.
buy a
No,
chicken
stop it.
because
with
what
this.
you're doing is you're making it seem
No.
as if slavery is as pedantic as owning a chicken.
Okay,
You're
so
dehumanizing slavery.
no.
That's
so,
what you're doing.
Okay,
You're
but-
dehumanizing it even further
You
than
were
what it
just
already
talking
is.
about a human buying a human as if
Makes
it's
no
like
sense.
totally normal.
Yes,
You
as
were
an
doing that.
example. I
So
was
you-
I
yeah,
was using
so you're
it as an
justifying
example
slavery. Yeah,
to make a point on how radical your ideas are.
yeah. My
because what you're
radical
doing is
ideas are
You
don't
are
buy humans
comparing
and don't buy
you
animals.
are directly comparing humans to
Yeah.
animals.
yeah,
I am
What
using
humans
you
are
your
do,
logic
animals.
against
you
you and
do,
you don't like
literally
that.
that's something
That is what
you're
I'm doing.
Yeah,
I'm
literally
trying to
what you are
say
doing.
The
not-
reason why you don't like the fact that I own chickens that have
Yeah, I
a
don't like
function
chicken
for me
slavery.
is because it
don't like
makes you
chicken slavery.
feel bad. And what you're
No, no,
trying
no,
to
no,
do
no.
is
No,
use
no,
your
no.
feelings to
No, no,
impose
no.
your feelings on
Dave.
other people and force
Dave.
other people through the law.
Dave,
I muted them.
Dave.
I muted them.
Yeah, okay. Literally, my feeling,
That is
my
what you're
feelings.
trying to do. You are
Dave,
arrogant and you are
Dave,
I
Dave,
muted them again.
you're not gonna be filibustering. Can you unmute them again just to see that they shut up about it? Dave, you're not gonna be filibustering about it when you're so wrong on so many levels, right?
Well,
My
the thing is, I
feelings-
try to make a
my-
point and then
hold
you'll
on,
cut me
be
off.
Quiet, be quiet.
Every time I
I'm
try to make a
talking now.
point,
Be
both
quiet.
you and Chip try to
Be
cut me the
quiet.
fuck off.
Sure.
So
Be
that it just
quiet.
keeps happening.
Be quiet.
Keep talking
I'm-
over you. This is
be
what
quiet. Be quiet. I'm talking now. So literally, my feelings have nothing to do with it. I don't give a shit that you like trying to hurt my feelings or whatever. Animal slavery is wrong because human slavery is wrong. For the same reason. It doesn't mean that animals and humans are the same thing, the same like ethical object. That just means slavery in both of them is wrong. And what you're doing, you're buying chickens. You're buying chickens to perform a function for you. That's slavery. That's animal slavery. Let's like qualify it.
But you know, it's pretty clear we can't agree on this one. And I think, you know what? Let me tell you something. I don't know what your name is. Maybe it will help you
Dave.
curb one thing.
Dave.
Dave. So Dave, let me tell you one thing so that we can nip this in the bud, okay? If you get a rescue chicken, like say from a sanctuary, right? Because the chickens, the place where you buy the chickens, I'm not sure if you're aware of the practices that they do. So you're already funding something that is immoral. But if you do get a rescue chicken, let me finish for a second. I did not finish. So if you do buy a rescue chicken, you take care of them. They lay eggs. You feed the eggs back because that's what they do in sanctuaries. Because these chickens were selectively bred to lay a lot of eggs, so it fucks with their body. So what you do, you smash the egg on the ground, and they come pecking at it. And if after you do that repeatedly,
for a few years now, I know how to take care of chickens. Thank you.
If you do that repeatedly, and you are left with some eggs, and you take the eggs for their benefit, and instead of throwing them out, you eat them, I would not have an issue with that, just to be clear. But Dave, I'm pretty sure that you do eat chickens also, don't you?
Actually, no. Since I started owning chickens, I stopped eating them.
Okay, do you eat any other animal?
Yeah.
Okay, so what animals do you eat?
Primarily venison and fish.
Okay. Do you think
like genuinely, I'm about as off-grid as I can get.
Do you think you need to eat any of these animals?
Do I need to? It's significantly easier for me to acquire these foods.
Like it's more convenient.
Both money-wise and time-wise, yeah.
So if we were to provide you with resources that would help you adopt a plant-based diet within your budget, within your area, and within your convenience markers, would you stop oppressing these innocent animals?
No, because I don't view it as oppression.
Would you stop being violent towards these innocent animals?
I don't view it as violence.
Do you think killing somebody is not violent?
Nature itself is violent. I don't.
So you do view it as violence. So you do view it as violence.
What I was saying, the point I was trying to make in the beginning before we got derailed was, so killing that spider unjustifiably, in my opinion, because spiders are very useful animals. They're very important to the environment. So killing that spider unjustifiably, to your logic, is the same thing as killing a chicken unjustifiably.
Yeah, so killing any sentient being. So let me be clear. It's not about purpose, because
spiders are sentient beings.
No, so let me be.
You can own a spider as a pet,
clear.
and it will respond to you.
Shut the fuck up and let him talk for 1 second.
So you don't seem to you seem to forget a little bit. And we already changed the subject already, because all of a sudden we were talking about the animals that you were choosing to be violent towards. But that's okay. Let's move on to this subject, and I'll grant you that.
Between me and the animals that I own.
Not between you, but you're paying somebody to be violent towards them, right? So
you said it's slavery, and slavery is a form of violence. It's a form of forced oppression.
So is it violent for you to pay? Are you responsible for the violence if you pay somebody to kill an animal?
Yeah. If I pay someone to kill the animal?
Yeah.
Well, the payment is indirect. Actually,
are you responsible?
Are you responsible? The direct violence.
Are you responsible for the violence that was inflicted on the animal if you're paying for violence to happen to the animal?
I think no.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
No, because this
but
is
here's
my
the
argument.
Thing. All life requires death.
Okay, so you are responsible for the violence. Do you think you need to do that violence? Do you think you need to pay for that violence?
I rarely ever pay for meat, but to follow your point,
Dave, we have to also clarify multiple things, right? Because there is a lot of equivocation going on. So when you say death, right, two things. Obviously, you could lump in plant deaths maybe as well, right? But I think that is tangential. We are talking here about intentional killing of animals, animal exploitation, right? We are aware that life entails death, right? But not necessarily intentional killing. And furthermore, not prematurely killing. That is actually the thing that... Hold on, wait. So that is actually what we also care about. It's the intentional killing and the premature killing, both actually in tandem, you could say, right? So it goes without saying that life entails death, but we have to qualify it further. What kind of death, and is it premature or not, and is it intentional or not, right?
And is it needed or not
Right.
also, right? Because it's not needed for you
Right,
to,
but when
pay
you-
for this violence, yet you are choosing to pay for this violence.
So when you purchase a carrot from the grocery store, the violence that was caused against the small birds and mammals used to
It's not
grow that
intentional.
carrot, it's completely,
No.
it's
Sure.
intentional. It's completely
So,
justified
but let me
purchasing that carrot.
no. So let me explain a little bit of something, right? As you said, right? Every existence inherently causes some harm. If I was faced between the option of choosing a carrot that is violent towards animals or a carrot that isn't violent towards animals, I would choose the one that isn't violent towards animals. But unfortunately, I do not have that luxury, do I? Whereas you clearly have a luxury of choosing to kill an animal who themselves killed other animals but while them staying alive, right? Because that's what life is. So you're responsible for just as many deaths as I am, maybe even more, while at the same time being responsible
the
for
one
another
grandstanding.
innocent animal that is killed for you. So why exactly would you choose for more harm, more death, more exploitation when you can choose for less?
So you're saying that you don't have the option to grow your own food?
No, I do not. I live in a city. I do not have that option.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
Because I was going to call you the heck out. I'm
No,
just kidding.
first of all, I do not
No,
have that option, and
so-
second of all, I live in the Netherlands, and most of the farming done in the Netherlands of plant-based products is done in what do you call them, in isolate. It's not done in the fields because the country is very small. It's done through vertical farming. It's done through
grow-ops.
Yeah. So all those animal deaths that you mentioned are actually not there, but you know.
Well, for you specifically, but I'm talking on a greater.
Well, in the reality for anybody, that's the
scale.
reality, because most of the crops that we grow, like if you have a problem with the deaths that happening during crops, you will find out that most of the crops that we grow are to feed the animals. So in other words, if there are 3 deaths of animal for every square meter of crop, then obviously when you use more square meter of crops, there will be more deaths of animals. So when you consume an animal product, you are also responsible for all the deaths that animal has, that animal is responsible for, because those animals are grown specifically for that. Those animals are specifically fed in that way. So yeah, you're pretty much responsible for more death.
Okay, but you're still grandstanding on the fact that you still cause death. It doesn't matter if it's more or
doesn't
less.
matter.
You were still causing death.
So what?
You were
so
still
what?
causing
Wait a minute.
life to end prematurely.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
is what's happening.
First of all, I am, but I am aware that I can choose one that has less life, as you said, killed prematurely, or more life killed prematurely. Why would I ever
But
choose
it doesn't
to?
matter because life is life.
Well, it does
doesn't
matter. Wait a
matter.
minute.
Life is life.
Wait.
The
Let me
world
ask you
still
this.
turns.
Let me ask you this,
Yeah.
because if there were 2 options on the table right now, maybe somebody out there can make these 2 options. One of them chooses to kill, one of their option is to kill 100 people, or the other option is to kill 101 people, and the other one person is you. They could say exactly the same as you are saying. Life is life. One extra doesn't really matter. But it matters to you, right? Doesn't it? If you're that one extra individual who's being killed, it matters to you. So why would that individual
Depends
choose
on who
to
I'm
do a
dying
food?
with and who's being killed.
Yeah,
It
and by the
matters.
way, Chip, by the way, don't just forget about the number, but also about the intentionality, right?
Wait,
This is-
Val, don't use intentionality. Say exploitative versus non-exploitative intentional
Yeah,
killing.
yeah.
Because
Yeah.
exploitation is the key word.
Yeah.
You can intentionally kill someone in self-defense. You can intentionally kill someone in moving a combine harvester that incidentally kills animals. You know animals are going to die in that process. But if you're exploiting someone to death, that's the key operative word. That's what he's doing, and that's what vegans are not
But
doing. So it's the exploitation that's important.
Yeah, let's do it in another way. I have a question for you, Dave. So if you could choose a product, let's say a cosmetic product, one that has been tested on animals or one that has not been tested on animals, which one would you choose?
It depends on the purpose of the product. But to be
Both
that's a
products
difficult one
fulfill
to
their
answer because
purpose.
I don't use cosmetics.
You don't use
sorry, go ahead.
toothpaste? You don't use toothpaste?
Oh yeah, I thought you meant like skincare and shit.
No, whatever type of cosmetics.
So toothpaste It depends on the purpose of the toothpaste, because if they were specifically trying to
Both provide you the
test
same.
Whatever
the
toothpaste works.
Yeah.
whatever, if they were trying to test, like, you know, abrasion on living teeth, or the protection of enamel, the regrowth of enamel, I would honestly choose one that was tested on an animal, because they have, like, you say, like a pig, because they have closer, like, physiology to us than chimps do.
Do you know that
DNA is
95% of the
weird.
tests that we do on animal do not translate to human trials because they're not relevant?
Okay, is toothpaste specifically one that is relevant?
I'm just like, what my question wasn't in that situation. I know you're trying to find a loophole, but my question is pretty clear. The
I'm
outcome,
not trying to find
the
a
outcome.
loophole.
No,
I'm
no, let
trying
me
to
finish,
answer the
please.
question that you
Sure,
gave me,
sure,
and now you're
sure.
shifting the goalpost.
Sure. So let me be clear about my question, okay? I'm not moving any goalpost. I'm clarifying
You
the
literally
question.
did. You said it's
Let
about
me
cosmetics, and then you said
clarify the
95%
fucking
product.
question, dude. Please, I don't like muting
Please
people. I
don't
don't want
pester
to mute you. Can you please not interrupt me? If you don't want escalation,
Well, I'm
stop
trying to answer your
interrupting me.
question, and then you
I'm
keep
trying
changing the
to.
goalpost.
I just asked you to not interrupt me, and while asking you that, you interrupted me. So I'm going to mute you. I do not like muting you.
Bad boy.
Okay, so now I'm going to ask you the question to be clear. Which toothpaste would you choose between one that exploits animals and one that doesn't? You have the same outcome, the exact same outcome for both, the exact same health outcome for you and your teeth. You are unmuted.
Okay. Is this product, and this is a clarifying question, is this
Sure.
product part of the 95% or part of the 5%?
I don't know. It's just one product that's been tested on animals. And yet again, you know that both have the same outcome.
Right, but was one outcome gathered through actual scientific evidence?
You have
or
a
was one
magical
product
box.
just put out there just to be put out there?
You have a magical
Sorry?
box. You have a magical box that tells you that both products have the same outcome.
Okay, but what I'm asking is, was the cruelty worth it? Is this the 95% or
Well,
is this
that's
the
what
5%?
I'm asking you. If you have the same outcome out of the both toothpastes, one has cruelty, one doesn't, is the cruelty worth it?
If the evidence was used in a way
What's
that
considered
was...
cruelty?
Yeah, it's cruelty every time. Because here's the thing. If the evidence that they gathered was part of the 5% and this product was tested to work, and we know it works, and there's empirical evidence
We
that
know
it
both
works,
work.
and
We
yeah,
know both work. We have empirical evidence that
right.
both work.
But the thing is, there's no testing behind the other one.
There is. They're both tested.
Because you're not
one
saying
is
that this other
okay.
product
Let
is
me be clear.
tested.
Let me be clear. One is tested on animals and humans, and the other is tested on humans only. We know both of them work.
Well, humans
Which one
are
would
animals,
you
so I
choose?
don't get what you're saying.
You do get what
Humans
I'm
are
saying.
animals.
You do. I understand, but let's not insert this nonsense argument right now, okay? Because I'm asking you, one is tested on human animals and non-human animals, and the other is just tested on human animals. So which one
Then
would
the
you
one
rather
that's tested
choose?
on human animals.
Only.
Then the
Why?
one that's tested on human animals.
Why? Both are tested on human animals. One is just extra tested on non-human animals.
Well, because now you're again shifting the goalpost, because
No,
the
I'm
first one you said was
clarifying it.
just on. Please don't cut me off again. You were just shifted the goalposts again.
What
because you
goalpost
said
did I shift?
one was tested on animals. You didn't clarify that the other one was tested on humans at all.
I'm just clarifying now, dude. I'm changing the question to clarify the question.
Now that I have all the information, now I'm choosing the one that's tested on humans only.
Why?
Because it's tested on people.
Both are tested on people.
Because
Why
I'm a
would
person?
you choose? Both are tested on people. Why would you choose the one that's tested on people only?
Because it's less cruelty.
Okay, so you would choose the option with less cruelty.
In this specific situation, yes.
Okay, so if you are in a day-to-day life situation where you can choose a product that you put in your mouth hole that is cruel to animals, or a product that you can put through your mouth hole that is not cruel to animals, and eventually you have exactly the same health outcome, why would you choose the one that's cruel to the animals?
Are we specifically talking about grow-op carrots here?
I'm
So,
talking
like, let's say
about
it's a
product
grow-op
that you
carrot
put through your
and
mouth hole.
a field carrot that has animal cruelty attached to it, then I'm choosing the grow-op carrot because the conditions are more controlled. It's going to be a
So,
better product altogether.
no, I'm asking you if you can choose a product which is an animal product which has animal cruelty in it, or a product that is a plant-based product that has considerably less animal cruelty, as you say right now, right? Or considerably less exploitative practices or no exploitative practices at all, versus a product that contains exploitative practices. Why would you choose the one that contains exploitative practices if you get the same health outcomes?
Why would you choose a Brussels sprout over a carrot? You like one more?
No, I would not choose a Brussels sprouts over a carrot if the Brussels sprouts would mean that an innocent sentient being get exploited for me. No, regardless of how I like.
No, you know what I mean.
So no, I
You know what
don't,
I mean.
because
Why would you
I
choose one over
value
the
other
other?
sentient
Because of
beings.
preferences.
No,
Because it's preferences.
Okay. So do you think that preference justifies a moral value, right? So in other words, do you think that if I prefer to exploit somebody, then that exploitation becomes morally justified?
Depends on what the exploitation is.
Depends on what the exploitation is. What do you mean by that?
Yeah. So, conscription, that's a form of exploitation. But conscription is important for some countries to function because without that conscription, they lose a homogenous culture. And
I strictly mean taking away freedom and being
even
violent.
That is even that can be contested.
That's exactly what conscription is.
No,
conscription takes away your freedom and forces you to be violent.
Oh, brother, you're changing the goalpost so much. Okay, so let me ask you yet again.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because
you
just dodged the question.
With the point of exploitation.
You did not answer the question. You just talked about conscription. My question was pretty clear, right? Do you think that preference justifies exploitation?
Again, depends on the exploitation.
No, it does not. Do you think that my preference justifies somebody else's exploitation?
Do you believe in communism?
Do I believe that communism as a thing exists? But yes, I do believe communism exists as a system.
Do you think that the world should exist under communistic structure?
I'm not answering this question until you're answering my question, because I'm done with this. Okay, so do you believe
no, because this is important.
Preference justifies exploitation?
Structures like communism can only exist on the exploitation of others.
Wait,
so,
how is my beliefs, my questions influencing your answer to these questions, your values? How is my belief influencing your values?
Well, because I'm holding you consistent to your beliefs.
No,
so,
but that's not what we're doing right now. That's not what we're doing right now. I merely am asking you a question. That's not what we're doing right now. I'm asking you a question, and you see, thank you for proving my point that you are just being disingenuous. And what you're doing right now, you are just being disingenuous. And instead of answering my question, you just said what you're trying to do, which is I'm holding you consistent to your beliefs. Instead of actually answering my question and trying to understand what point we're even trying to make. You're so disingenuous, dude. I will ask you this question one last time, then I'm going to mute you if you're not answering it, and I'm no longer speaking to you, okay? Because I'm not interested in having conversations with people that are monumentally disingenuous, who monumentally shift the goalposts, who move from left to right just because they want to. So, does preference justify exploitation? In other words, if I prefer to exploit somebody, does that mean that my exploitation of that somebody is justified?
Yeah.
Okay, so
again, depends, but yeah.
So you are in favor of human slavery then, because the individuals who enslaved others did it out of preference.
I just said it depends. Now you're putting words in my mouth.
No, you said yes.
No, I said it depends, but yes.
So are you in favor of slavery because, yet again, the slavery was done out of preference?
Actually, conscription is a form of slavery.
Are you in favor of slavery? I have muted you, and I will ask you this question one last time, and then yes, yet again, I'm done with you, because yet again, you bring it to something else, conscription. I don't give a shit about conscription. I'm asking you, are you in favor of human slavery because human slavery was done out of preference?
I'm just holding you consistent, brother. And
Okay, I have muted you. I'm no longer interested in having conversation with you. Let's move on.
By the way, conscription is not slavery. It's a form of social reciprocity.
Well,
And I mean,
you could
that's
say
just what
maybe
about this, because it's about
I mean, maybe
consistency for the animals and not everything else. Chip doesn't have to be perfect just to be correct when it comes to the animal.
I mean, to his defense, right now, it depends on your framework, but maybe some form of, I mean, if you consider a conscription as a form of exploitation, which it could be, right?
Let's
If
not
someone
talk
does
about
it
conscription,
against,
please. I don't care about conscription.
yeah, wait,
This
wait.
is what they're... No,
But-
Val, this is exactly what he's doing. He's moving the goalposts. He's changing the subject. We were talking about how preference justifies exploitation, and all of a sudden we're discussing... I can't even say the word correctly.
Well, but presumably in his worldview, he still has to has certain thresholds, right? Because even if he accepts that some form of exploitation is okay, I would have a discussion with him whether the exploitation in terms of animals is justified, really. Because
Let's move
in
on.
the case of the, well, okay.
Let's not talk about conscription. I'm sorry, Val. It's just not...
The conversation ended when he got offended by comparing what he does in terms of slavery to animals and then humans, calling it dehumanizing, exposes that he finds the existence of animals already an insult.
I mean, I just like to play devil's advocate, but I understand both, positions, of course, yeah.
No, I understand what you mean, but it's pretty clear that he's not trying to make a point. He's trying to be disingenuous, and as he repeated it at least twice, he's not interested in understanding the argument, but rather holding me accountable of something, seeing if I'm morally consistent. I am. I have dodged, and if I'm not, that's okay. I can change my view, brother. I'm not in, and I don't care that much about my views without I care about me being consistent. I care about me being logical. I'm not tied to my ego or something, so I don't care. But that's not what the discussion that we're having here. We were discussing animals, and that's what I want to discuss. That's why we're here. This is the channel. This is what it's about. So let's move on. So, who else wants to have a conversation? I think Thanos, you wanted to have a conversation?
Yep. So, I'm not a vegan.
Why?
Can you convince me to become a vegan?
No, I cannot convince you to become a vegan. What I can ask you is, what do you think about animal exploitation? Is that moral or immoral?
It is moral, yeah.
So animal exploitation is moral. So it's moral for me to enslave dogs, kill them, and then use their body as a punching bag.
Yep. If it is the most feasible way, then yeah.
What does that mean if it is the most feasible way?
Like if you think that a dog would be better than a punching bag, so it can be feasible.
So if I think that it is better, it doesn't necessarily mean that it actually is better, but if I think it's better, then that is justified for me.
Benefit analysis.
So do you think we can do whatever we want to animals?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're in favor of zoophilia, right? Like having sex with animals also.
No, I think if you want to do it, you can buy certain animals and do it in your house, but
so you're in favor.
do
You
it in
think that when somebody buys an animal to have sex with them, then that is moral.
Yeah, I think it is.
So
what the fuck?
Yeah. So do you think that also it is? Are you? Yeah. So do you think
there's something wrong with that guy?
Please don't interrupt.
Yeah, so there is something wrong if you say that kind of stuff. But so do you think that there's...
Stop it. Get some help.
Guys with the sounds. So Thanos, do you think that are you in favor of also having sex with children in your own house?
No.
Because okay.
Children have basic human rights.
Okay. Well, this child doesn't have it. This child is actually is a victim of war, and he has been stripped of all of his human rights. So this individual has no rights essentially because his parents were murderers. So he's being punished because of that.
Still, the child has rights. If the parents are murderers, still the child have basic human
Okay,
rights.
the child is a murderer. I don't care, man. I don't care. Just imagine a situation
Okay,
where this child doesn't have
then
rights.
still he
Do you
have
think that if this
then
child does
still
not
he
have
have
legal
basic
rights?
human rights, bro.
Okay.
Every human has a basic human right, no matter
Why?
what he does.
Why?
Even Hitler had a basic
Why?
human right.
Why?
You cannot just go and kill
Why?
Hitler
Why? Why does every human
because
deserve
we
the
are
right
humans.
to not be killed?
Because they are humans.
No,
And
that's
there
not
is
the
special
answer.
courts that decide. There
That's
are
not the
special
answer.
courts that decide if humans are.
Okay, Thanos, I'm interrupting you and I'm muting you because I'm not interested in your nonsense, and you're already a person who's in favor of having sex with animals. So I don't really respect you. So Thanos, I'm gonna ask you, why is it? Why do humans deserve the right to their own life? What exactly is it about a human that deserves the right to their own life? And I'm not talking about legal rights, but moral rights.
Because humans are smart and they can build a rocket to Mars.
Okay,
They
so
are
if this
smarter
human is
than the some
stupid,
animals.
so if this human is stupid and this human has the cognitive abilities of an animal, then it's okay to do whatever we want to them, right?
No, because what you're talking about is an exception.
No,
And
I'm talking
it,
about a human being. Yeah. So this human being in front of me, I just wanna do whatever I want to them. They don't have legal rights for whatever reason. It doesn't matter what the
they have.
situation is. No, they don't. So I'm
No,
posing a
every
hypothetical.
human have legal rights.
So Thanos,
Can
I'm
I
posing
can
a
I just
hypothetical where they don't have human rights. Can you imagine a situation where a human being does not have legal human rights?
No, I can't.
You cannot. Okay, then let's move on. I will mute you if you cannot answer questions or you cannot answer hypotheticals, then there's no point in having a conversation with you. If you can't answer, like, brother.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yeah, but stop it with this nonsense. I'm just saying, right? Stop it with saying it's okay to have sex with animals. I'm going to unmute you.
Bruh.
Please mute yourself.
Bruh.
So what was your question?
So when it comes down to this question of moral worth, right, it's pretty clear that intelligence, whatever kind of metric you're using to measure that, seems to be quite irrelevant, actually. So, for instance, if we have like two scenarios, right, or just one scenario actually with two people, let's say one has, say, 160 IQ and the other one has, let's say, 70 IQ. Let's say it's an animal and the other one is a human. Like if I shove chalk, chalk, right? If I shove the chalk I have into their eyes of both individuals, right? Do you think the level of IQ or intelligence plays any kind of relevance, whether it's bad to both of them? Does it make any difference if I do to a cow or to a human? My friend, can you answer?
Cow doesn't have basic human right, bro.
No, that wasn't my question. That wasn't my question. My question was whether the cow is rational, whether the cow is
I don't know if it's just for me, Val, but you cut off.
Yeah, he's disconnected.
I can't listen.
Val, get away from the French.
So Thanos, let me ask you this question, and we're done. How many more? How many? What's the difference between a human being and an animal? Right? There's in front of me a human being and an animal. Just one human and just one animal. And I want to exploit one of them, or maybe both of them, or maybe none of them. So you're saying that it's okay to exploit the animal, but not okay to exploit the human. So what is the difference between these two individuals that justifies the difference in view?
There being Homo sapiens.
So it's strictly them being of the species Homo sapiens. But if the individual who's sitting in front of me looks like a human, behaves like a human, but is not in fact of the species Homo sapiens, then it would be okay for me to exploit them, correct?
Does he have the same IQ as humans?
Well, he has the same IQ of an intellectually challenged human.
But again, why does IQ matter? Again, If I pick a human who has an IQ of, let's say, 60, and I have another human of an IQ of 150, if I shove chalk in both of their eyes, does the IQ matter at all in terms of their experience?
No, we are talking about the human that benefits society the most. Like the human with the IQ of
Yeah. I
150
understand.
that
I
will
understand. But
benefit
the
more
question is,
to the
I
society.
understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that is different. Hold on. That is a separate question in terms of like moral value when something is being done to an individual, be it a human animal or a non-human animal. So again, I ask this question again. If we have, let's say, on the right side we have a cow, on the left side we have an intelligent human being, right? If
Yeah.
I choose to put chalk, you know what chalk is, right? Crayon, chalk, whatever. If I choose to shove the chalk into both of these animals' eyes, human animal and non-human animal, do you think in terms of their experience, it makes any kind of difference?
I would say any type of harm is irrelevant and immoral.
Yeah, exactly. So you will notice in both scenarios, with the human and with the animal, rationality doesn't matter, intelligence doesn't matter so much. It just matters whether they are conscious already and they can experience the spatial phenomena such as pain and pleasure, right? Anything else is just a distraction,
No, but
really.
if you will kill animals without any reason, that will not make sense. If you are eating animal, that will make sense.
Okay, let's go down this line. Because we are here we have good news to you, my friend. We have very good news. And this may be like earth shaking to you, but eating animals is completely unnecessary, right? It's unnecessary. However, let me clarify here. People have reasons why they do that, but it's unnecessary in terms of your health and your survival.
Value cut out, and also Thanos has been voice muted permanently because of his statement that it's okay to have sex with animals.
Sorry, Val, but I don't want that.
Yeah, let's not encourage that type of nonsense. That's not okay. Sex is only okay if there's consent.
Sorry, I cut out for some weird reason.
Yeah, you cut out.
Can
you
I?
cut out well. You can try, but the person just be aware that the person is muted. So if you want to say something to them, they can listen, but they're muted.
Yeah. So where did I leave off? Basically, what was the last thing that I said?
Maybe just start at the beginning and make a last statement to them.
Yeah. Okay. So we are basically here to tell the people that it is not necessary to consume animal products. I will make just a brief distinction, right? Because people get this confused between having to kill animals and it being necessary, right? Because when we use the word necessary, we are linking it to health and to survival more broadly, right? To meeting your nutritional needs. We are aware animals and why they exploit and kill animals, but we are saying it's not needed. So it becomes needless, unnecessary. Do you understand this?
Why this topic start about having sex with animals? Like food and sex are completely different contexts.
No,
so
master.
No.
So no, master. What we're
No, they're
trying
not.
to do, we're trying to see, because
Excuse me, can I
most people.
I have a question.
Sure, one second. Let me just answer this question. So when we're asking these questions, when we're putting these hypotheticals out there, when we're going even further, is we're testing the values that people have. Because in order for us to discuss whether it is moral or not to exploit an animal for an optional product, be it food, clothing, entertainment, or whatever reason, we need to find a common ground on what is moral and what isn't moral to you. So we need to find that common ground, and from that go further. So what I was doing personally with this person is asking them if that is moral. I was not expecting that this person would say that having sex with animals is moral. Let me be clear. I was expecting them to say, no, it is not. and to move from there, because we can both agree that it is not moral to have sex with animals, and then move on from there.
Okay, move on. No worries.
I don't know if it makes sense to mute someone for trying to have a consistent view. They're saying that they're
But
okay with stabbing animals to death for taste pleasure. So they're just being consistent if they say they're also accepting that it's okay to have sex with animals. It seems, and
Yeah.
honestly, sex with animals is not even as bad as stabbing an animal to death for taste pleasure. So I don't really quite understand the muting part, but that's
yeah,
my feeling.
like
Yeah, actually,
I don't
he
think.
is consistent. Actually, yeah, he's consistent. Yeah.
He's not consistent because
Anyway,
he
guys,
wouldn't be okay with doing that to humans.
I'm
So
on.
he's not
and
consistent.
I think that and I think that you I think you were doing a good job with that name the trait line. I would have liked to see that go on a little longer, maybe bring in an alien hypothetical to see if he's okay with slaughtering the Na'vi because they're not humans, or like from the Avatar movies, or Rocket Raccoon
Oh, I like
in
that.
Guardians of the Galaxy. So is he okay with that even though they're not human? So because then they're
But let's move
anyway,
on. There's a
I'd
lot.
be curious.
There's a lot of people
Oh,
here.
okay.
That's why we should move
Oh,
on.
good.
And yeah.
Okay,
Gotcha.
back on the topic, guys. Back on the topic, guys.
So Plato, are you vegan?
Yeah, I'm a vegan. I'm totally vegan. Even because I'm okay, guys. I think we are back on the topic. So yeah,
What
we
does
will
being
continue.
vegan? What does being vegan mean to you?
I don't know. Okay, guys, we will continue.
So how can you say you're vegan if you say you don't know?
Okay, if we are changing the topic, I don't think so that Thanos should be deserved to mute. Like, yeah, it's a very bad way to say that having sex with animals. But if he wants to debate about this topic, he can debate. So why there's a need to mute
Can we
him?
move on? We've already moved on from this.
Yeah, let's move on.
Yeah, we
No,
don't
but
need. We
but
don't need.
but
You,
he's,
I will mute you as well.
Wait a minute.
Move on.
We do not
why
need
you
to.
are why you
we
are
do-
crying like a baby that you will also mute me? I'm just saying no. Why
We
you
do not.
Be
We do
mature,
not.
guys. Be mature. Why are
We,
you?
we do not need to sit here discussing muting or not muting. Let's
Yeah.
just have discussions about veganism, please.
A
Exactly.
random person guy asking me what is vegan. You don't know vegan? What is vegan?
I do, but I'm asking you. You're
That's a
saying that a lot of people don't
sarcastical
have the
thing.
right definition. So I'm asking you, does it mean to be vegan to you?
Oh, I don't think this is the right place for me. So
It's okay. Anybody else agrees with the fact that we should ban animal farming? Does anybody disagree with the idea that we should ban animal farming? So everybody agrees that we should ban animal farming.
Is everybody here vegan?
No.
Do you want to talk about it?
About what?
About veganism?
I mean, it's interesting, I guess. I come from a country where majority of people are vegetarian as well. But veganism, when I see the roots as well, okay, we were talking about this first, the Thanos guy that he was talking about animal this, and he should be allowed to talk about like having sex with animals and all that. But we should always consider what's illegal and not legal. Even if we look at animals, other animals eat each other, but do they rape each other or do they have
They
sex
do.
with each other? No, they
They
don't
do.
have sex with different
Yes, they do.
species.
Can I quickly dismantle this argument with legality?
Not
So basically,
not on a large scale though. There may be
please
isolated
let me finish.
cases.
Let
There may
me
be isolated
finish.
cases.
Let me finish, please. Oh my fucking gosh. Just let me finish. My temperament is cooking up again. Sorry. Okay. I have to correct myself.
Yeah.
So are you holding the view? sorry about that. Are you holding the view that whatever is legal is moral? It's very simple to dismantle.
No, no, no,
Actually,
no, no. I'm just
okay.
saying for this scenario of yes, that's different, but we have to follow a certain code of conduct as well because we live in a society.
Okay. Wait. Okay. So now you're now special pleading. Now you're saying
This this was just a
wait,
branch of the
wait,
topic.
wait,
We can come back
wait,
as well.
wait. So how did you determine that legality in this context matters, but not always in other contexts? How did you make that discernment?
It does in other contexts as well. Eating meat is legal. You can do it, but fucking animals, no.
Wait, but
Okay, so exactly
why
how
does
did
that
you make that
matter?
discernment?
Yeah, why does it matter if
Yeah,
it's legal or not? It's also legal to cheat on your partner, but it's not something you should do.
Exactly.
It's also common,
exactly.
like there's even countries or areas in countries where it's common for people to cheat on their partner, and yet you wouldn't do that.
I simply, as a person who studies science, for me to see people upgrading animals instead of, like, for example, they keep animals above plants. How does this morally work?
Chard, no, before we move on. Before we move on.
Plants any better than eating animals? They're also living.
Sure, we can discuss that, but before we move on, we're going to need to finish the statement that you just made. Do you think that something being legal also makes it moral?
No, but it's because we think that what is moral, we do that, but not all things that are moral are made into a law. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, not all moral things are legal, and not all legal things are moral. They have no connection between them.
I know what you're trying to say, that you just said killing animals. Sorry, I mean, you're just saying that raping animals is immoral, so it's made into a law. But if the not eating animals was also a law, then you would also consider it immoral. That's what you're trying to say, right?
No,
that
what I'm trying to
killing
say
animals
is that
was
I
made
don't
into
care.
a law.
No, I don't care what is a law and what isn't. My morality is not derived from what is legal. Slavery was legal. Women not having rights was legal. Hell, having sex with animals was legal, including in Western Europe, up until the 90s. None of it was moral. So I'm just saying, what's legal doesn't mean moral.
Saving animals from a slaughterhouse where they face their impending death is also illegal. But I would argue, well, maybe it is actually quite virtuous to do that, honestly.
But either way, Chard, like the whole point that we're trying to make here is every single day when you make a choice, you can choose between exploiting an animal or not. So why would you choose to exploit an animal?
Exploit an animal. Well, we are exploiting plants as well. We are exploiting every single living thing because humans are greedy in nature. You have to accept that. You're not going to be morally superior if you stop eating animals.
So, Chard, let me ask you yet again. If you had the choice between killing 50 plants or killing 100 plants and exploiting an animal, which one do you think is the morally preferable choice?
What?
So there's two choices in front of you. On the left side, you can kill 50 plants, and on the right side, you can kill 100 plants and exploit an animal. Which one is the morally a preferable choice?
Whatever suits me the best.
So
I'll do the animal thing because it suits me the best.
So it's
I have
morally
to live my
preferable.
life. I have to get all my proteins. I have to get every single vitamin.
Okay, so Chard,
whatever sustains me.
Sure,
so
sure.
I'll kill the animal as well.
Sure. So let me be clear about the argument. The health outcome and the outcome is identical in both situations. You can only get to choose if you kill 50 plants or 100 plants and an animal. Which one is morally preferable?
I'm killing living. Well, I like to be more sustainable, so 50 plants. But if you just said that you can kill one animal or you can kill less number, the thing is, you're increasing the quantity and you're adding another thing.
Yeah.
It's
Do you know
not
why
really
I'm
a
doing
fair
that?
thing.
Do you know why I'm doing that?
Why would you say so?
Because that's the reality of animal agriculture. In animal agriculture, we grow 3 times more crops to feed the animals, and we get 3 times less calories and less protein out of it. So in other words, in order for you to get, if you need 2,000 calories per day, right, it's a typical average, if you eat animal products only, you will be killing more plants and exploiting animals in the process, versus if you get 2,000 calories from plants only. So, yes, that is the choice that you are actually faced every
But
single day.
there are certain type of agricultures that are strictly made for vegans as well. Not strictly, I mean strictly increased for vegans. For example, soy agriculture, which is harmful for
No,
the
and
environment at a large scale.
Yeah, so most of the soy is grown for the animals, yes. Most of the soy is grown to feed the chickens and to feed the cows. Most of the soy, because soy is high in protein, and when they feed the animals high in protein foods, they grow faster, and thus they can kill them faster. They have to feed them less, and they can grow faster. Soy, most of the soy actually that we grow as humans is not even used for food, but for other situations, like we make fuel out of them. We make a lot of stuff out of soy. But the part that we make for food, I think it's 60 to 80%, depending on the country, is mostly to feed the animals. So yeah, soy, if you think soy is detrimental, then you should want to make as few soy as possible, and that would mean adopting a plant-based diet.
Sir, but do you agree that soy, because soy is also a plant, so it's also living. So who decides that value of one plant is value of one plant is less than value of one animal? Who decides that?
Well, so first of all, we can go down that route, but I'll ask you yet again, and I'll tell you, because everything that I explained you so far is that, in fact, your choice is not between a plant and an animal, but between one plant and 2 plants and an animal. That's your choice. On one side, you got 1 plant. On the other side, you got 2 plants and an animal. And I'm just being courteous with 2 plants, because in reality, there's more than 2.
Sir, for agriculture, we have to sacrifice something, even in plants as well. When we grow something, for example, avocado farming, that you vegans love a lot, you should research about it.
I never eat avocados, first of all. Most avocados are eaten by non-vegans, so that is a nonsensical argument to begin with. But it doesn't matter. Because this thing makes no sense, because yet again, every single time you make a choice, and you really need to listen to this, because it's pretty clearly going through one ear and going out the other. Every time you make a choice, you are choosing between some plants or a fuck ton more plants and an animal. Which one is morally preferable?
Morally preferable?
Yeah.
I mean, sustainably, you're trying to say that.
No, I'm asking you morally preferable. Since you are claiming that plants and animals are on the same moral pedestal, they have the same. Since you're claiming that animals and plants have the same moral value, then on one side you have 30 plants, and then the other you have 60 plants and an animal. I would say it's pretty clear which one is morally preferable, right? I'm only asking this question so that you can confirm it, not necessarily so that you can give an answer, because if you give an answer where it's you saying that it's morally preferable to kill more plants and an animal in the process, it would be nonsensical. So I'll ask you, what is the morally preferable choice?
For me, morally preferable is whatever suits me, so I'll say the animal one.
Both of them suit you.
Where I'm getting the animal as well.
It's pretty clear that both of them suit you. Both of them have the same outcome. I described the
plant protein is inferior to animal protein. That's well proven.
I've pretty clear. Okay, show me the evidence.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, how can you? Okay, please tell me what's considered as a standard.
I'm not telling you
for
anything anymore.
Protein.
I'm not telling you anymore until you show me the evidence.
You're claiming something, bro. You need to give evidence.
Do you know that egg is the highest standard of protein?
So, Chad,
egg is the highest standard of protein you can get. 95% bioavailable.
For your claim.
Hey.
What?
Show evidence for your claim.
You can see so many articles well researched. Okay, I'll find and I'll come back.
Okay, there you go.
Sure.
We should be in control of the conversation and not let these people play vegan bingo with us, I think. because this guy was all over the place.
To think that a plant
Bro,
and
this
an
body
animal
is
have the
wrong, bro.
same value anyway is so stupid, isn't it? Like, obviously an animal is sentient, they
You even
feel.
waste time, bro.
Say that
Just
again?
wasting your time, bro. Just wasting your time with these people, bro. You're trolling us.
Fair enough.
Anyway, does anybody else want to talk?
Anyway.
It doesn't think plants feel pain.
Oh no! Anyway.
No, everybody, it's all of the sudden is a plant rights activist. When it comes to them stopping the violations, the rights violations of animals, they become plant rights activists, and they start vouching for something they don't really understand. So, yeah. Sam.
Naturally, they would have to give animals the lowest tier in the hierarchy, because otherwise they would obviously have to feel very shitty about what they do. So they're usually inclined to rather give an inanimate object like a car or whatever, give them empathy and stuff and feel for them and be like, oh, the poor car got abused, because someone didn't treat it well and it was so expensive. Then just to admit that animals are obviously more important with their complexity than some plants or whatever.
Exactly. That's so funny that you're right. Some people have more empathy towards their cars than they do towards animals. That's insane.
Bro, plants, they don't even have fucking nervous system. This topic is stupid.
I mean, if they can without having to change, they will do that though. Like for pets and stuff, they will have more empathy. Because then they can just continue to do whatever they want to.
We live in a pretty sad world. As a vegan, you realize more and more how ridiculous people are, don't you?
Yeah, but we can't be empathetic towards cows and chickens, or else we'd be fucked, right? Because then we would have to change for once a little bit.
Yeah, they don't actually believe this, I think. This is cognitive dissonance. That's why we need to just hold them accountable and make them aware that they are animal abusers if they're not vegan. Then I think that's the main thing. I don't think they believe this shit.
I hope so. I hope they don't believe it. Because if they do, it's like this whole human supremacy thing is even more ridiculous if you believe such nonsense.
Sam, you have an awful lot to say in chat. You want to make up?
Yeah, come on, Sam. Have a conversation with us. And by the way, just to be clear, because I think a lot of you who are here think that being vegan means telling people to stop exploiting animals. It doesn't. Being vegan means you yourself is stopping the exploitation of animals. You yourself reject the idea that animals are objects. Being an animal rights activist is asking others to stop. Fighting for the rights of animals means asking others to no longer oppress, exploit, slaughter. Treat animals like objects. Just a clear distinction, just to be clear. So if you hate vegans, I don't think you do. I think you hate animal rights activists. And if you really hate animal rights activists, ask yourself, why do you hate somebody who fights for the rights of animals? Why is that? That's kind of weird, isn't it? So let's see. Let's take them one by one. Hey, PSK, do you want to have a conversation with us?
No, it's fine, thank you.
Are you vegan yourself?
Yeah, I'm vegan too, so I don't need to have conversation with you.
What does it mean to be vegan? If you're gonna say you're vegan, I have to ask, what does it mean to be vegan?
This guy has a vegan license. It gives you
Yeah, I
that
have my license, yeah.
I hate when people asking those kind of questions.
Listen, I'm not gonna pressure you into having a conversation with us, but whatever.
I'm just here for listening. You know, I'm working at the same time, so
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Just like if don't say you're vegan to shut us up. Just say I don't.
Oh
want
no,
to
I am.
That's okay.
I am. I already talked with someone here. So.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. Be here then. Then I'll just go through the rest of the people. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
BS, just tell us, what is veganism? If you claim to be a vegan in this room, right, then just tell us what is veganism.
My English is not that good, but in my own language, I can explain it.
Say it however you want. Say it. Because we don't appreciate getting lied to here, right? We're not here to play around. So you must be honest if you're talking to us. Why would you say you're vegan if you're not? Tell us the definition.
If they don't want to talk, they're working.
Like I said, I can explain it in my own language, but in English it will be not clear.
Yeah,
you know.
Choose whatever
It's
language
like one
or
sentence.
words you
like
have. Chip, if you're okay with being lied to, that's fine, right? I don't appreciate non-vegans coming here, animal abusers, and lying to us like this.
No, I'm not okay with it either. But like
So
I feel like we're trying to be a little bit. We're not trying to be the same as them, and we're trying to respect them. And if they say they can't talk, we can't force them, right? Like I tried asking it. They don't want to answer.
I'm not forcing anyone here, right? The animals are the ones who are being forced into gas chambers.
Yeah.
So BSK,
being vegan for me is like supporting them and not hurting them in any way. So.
I think you talked to Dave the other day, didn't you, BSK?
What?
I think you talked to Dave the other day, didn't you? I'm sure I remember your name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe he did say he talked to somebody else. Let's.
I already talked with a lot of people for like days ago. So.
Okay, and you became vegan.
I think I remember his name. Jesus.
Yeah, I know BSK. I know BSK. That's why I'm pressing here, because as far as I know, BSK is not a vegan. Unless he changed through these conversations, he's blatantly lying to us here, and that's not okay.
He did say he changed.
What did I say the last time? What did I say to you, bro, the last time?
So did you become vegan from these conversations?
Do you remember? Do you remember what I said?
Yeah, he said he changed. Let's not play this game. He said he changed.
I said the last time that I want to be a one, but I don't know how to proceed, and I want evidence, and people gave me that evidence. So now I'm doing the maximum for changing my life. So what do you mean I'm lying to you?
No, that's what I wanted to clarify, because when you came here, you're not a vegan. So if you became vegan since then, congratulations to you, right? But then to say, I don't know how to say it in my language.
I don't know. You look very like aggressive, or I don't know, for no reason.
Yeah. The animals are getting kicked into slaughterhouses right now, right? I've got every right to be aggressive.
I will not say that for just lying and avoiding problems.
If talking to you means I'm aggressive and asking you to clarify what you mean, then I'll take that label, right? But we are here to stop people from kicking animals into a slaughterhouse. Don't tell me about aggressiveness. Anyway, we can move on.
Yeah, let's not get into this. I think it's just a little bit of misunderstanding there more than anything. I think on both sides there's a misunderstanding. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I understand both perspectives.
It's not a huge ask to ask them to define it. It's not a huge ask.
I think it's just when we ask people to define veganism, some people feel pressured into giving the 100% correct definition. It's a little bit like what's the capital of Germany or something, not everybody knows. So it feels a little bit like interrogating them. But it's that's why I think some people avoid it. But you're right that they could answer, but I also want to respect when they don't want to talk about it.
Okay, that's fine. Sure.
Does anybody want Cyrix? Is it Cyrix? Do you want to have a conversation with us?
Yes, I want, but I'm not really fluent, so I'd rather listening to you.
Artem, how are you doing?
I'm not right.
Are you vegan?
No.
Why not?
Because about my religion.
Your religion forbids you to be vegan?
Yeah, my religion is telling me available to eat.
So your religion forces you to eat animals?
Yeah, my religion actually is Islam.
So does Islam? I mean, I can tell you for a fact that I know Islam. I know Muslims that are vegan. So that's not true. You can be a Muslim and a vegan at the same time.
Yes, you can, but other,
So why are
other
you one?
Quran and other Bible.
So why
What
aren't you
did you
one
say?
then? Why aren't you a vegan then? If you can be both a Muslim and a vegan, why aren't you a vegan?
Actually, because I born like this, my friend.
You were born eating animals?
Yes.
I don't think you were born that way, but I think somebody taught you to be that way, right?
Yeah, because we are when was children, we want to eat that thing. So when we grow up with it, just be normal with us.
So do you think you should
So
challenge
that's
some
why.
of the things you grew up with? Like say for instance, if you grew up in a time when when women shouldn't have rights, then do you think women shouldn't have rights, or do you think you should challenge that belief?
No, my friend, I just told you because the religion is gift to people who are in Islam is available to eat that thing. So,
Do you
and I
okay?
think
It's
all
available,
people.
but it's not like it's forced
Yeah.
on you. You
Yeah,
cannot eat
plus
animals.
let's take it let's take this religious argument. Do you believe everything that it says in the Quran literally, or do you take it in context?
I no believe in everything.
So you don't take it in the context that it is in?
Yes.
I believe you take it in context because do you think marrying underage women is okay?
I want to ask you, are you vegan?
In
Yes.
Quran, never mentioned an underage.
Do you think marrying underage women is okay?
Under how?
I don't know,
What's the
12
age
years, 14.
exactly?
Do you think marrying a 14-year-old
No,
girl
no,
is
no.
okay?
It's not.
No, but your prophet did that, didn't he?
Okay, what the exactly? Because there's a lot of things is just lying, and the true thing is just from Quran. So don't care about what people saying.
So what I'm trying to prove to you with this one is that there is a context behind it, isn't there?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I
So you
get
do
you.
take things with context. You don't just take things literally, do you?
Yes.
So then in a context when marrying 14-year-old women was seen as not bad, whatever, that's kind of weird to me still. But in that context, you can accept it because it was done in that context. So in a context when eating animals or animal products was okay because they had no other options, it is what it is, right? But in a context when you don't need to do it, how is that okay? Because that's not the same context as it was when it was written in your book. Do you understand what I'm
It's
asking
not
you?
really the book.
It's not really a book. Do you understand what I'm asking you?
He's gone, I think, has he?
Yeah, he's saying nothing.
Yeah, I think they're gone.
Oh, he's gone out. He's gone. Okay.
Yes, gone.
Gone. Okay.
Left the channel gone.
Left the channel gone. Yeah. Hey, we don't bite. Does anyone wanna? Does everybody agree that we should ban farming animals? If you don't agree with the idea that we should ban farming animals, speak up.
Why would
Can you
vegans be
define
wrong
please
in wanting to
farming?
ban animal agriculture?
So Madlock, what were you saying?
Can you define what you mean farming animal?
Sure. Controlling the breeding process of an animal, bringing them into existence, and controlling the killing of the animal.
Okay, I agree.
So it should be banned, right?
Yes.
Are you vegan, Madlock?
No.
But you pay for animal products?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
So, but you think it should be banned, right? Like you think farming should be banned. So you're essentially, isn't that a contradiction when you pay for an industry to keep
No,
going while you think the industry shouldn't exist?
it's not actually contradiction. I mean, I do like meat, okay, but I don't believe we should kill excess killing of animals just for them to exist in the fridge.
What's an excess killing?
When you kill so many animals just to be there in the fridge until they buy them and then you throw them away, they kill more. I don't like that. I believe
so if
an
you
animal
eat
should
the
be killed on to be eaten.
So if you bring an animal to life, you use them and then you kill them and you eat all of them, then it's okay.
For me, it's okay to kill an animal if you're hungry and you want to eat.
But
do
what
not
if you
agree
have
to
other
kill
options?
five.
What if you have options without killing the animal, without using the animal?
Well, human beings have to eat meat, have to eat vegetables, have to eat everything.
So
That's our nature.
are you open about being wrong about this statement that human beings have to eat meat?
Sure, why not?
What would convince you that we do not need to eat meat?
You can convince me if you can, but I don't believe I'm wrong.
So what kind of evidence can I show you to convince you that we don't need to eat meat?
I really don't think there is a life for me without meat.
So
I tried,
what
but it
can
didn't
I
succeed.
So we have empirical evidence that you can thrive on a plant-based diet, and I can show you that, but I'm asking what evidence, what would convince you that you can be healthy on a plant-based diet without eating meat?
I never thought about it. I'm not interested about becoming vegan. I never thought about it, so I don't know what to tell you, what to answer to you. But I have a
Sure.
question for you, if you're allowed.
But sure, whatever. Go on.
I mean, if you want, if you don't want, it's okay.
No, go on.
I see. I'm not gonna offend anyone. Okay, don't worry. I see many vegans that they try to eat the tofu turkey, the vegan burgers, vegan sausages.
Yeah.
All this. Why don't you just have your own food?
It is our own food.
You
What
want
do you mean?
green with green. I mean, why does it have to look like meat?
Because people who become vegan don't do it because they don't like the taste of meat or they don't like the food. A lot of us still like the taste of those products. We do it because we respect animals and we would not kill them since we can get the same or similar taste and texture from other products.
Yeah, but in the end, you don't eat meat. You don't kill animals. You don't have any connection with animals. So why don't you just eat your green food in a natural
That's
way
what we're
or some
doing.
other way?
That's what we're doing. Who's saying, by the way, who's saying that a burger has to be made of meat? A burger is just a certain shape and a certain ingredients. It doesn't say that one of the ingredient has to come from an animal source. It just says a burger has to be like this, right? What even is that? Or a sausage. Who says that a sausage has to be made of flesh? A sausage is just in that
Yeah, you know what
particular
I mean.
shape. So if I make a
I know
sausage
what I
out
mean.
of plants, why would that be bad? In fact, it is better because I'm not killing animals.
Chip, it might be worth defining veganism before you go any further, and you can knock this right in the head.
Yeah, so veganism means rejecting animal exploitation for any type of reason, for any unnecessary reason. That means for food, for clothing, for entertainment. In any situation, if you can choose to not exploit an animal, if you can choose to not be violent towards an animal, what we're saying is choose to not be violent. Doesn't that seem like very logical and simple? Like you have two options. One is violent towards animals, one isn't. Why would you choose the one that is violent towards animals?
You went to violence to animals to answer my question, but you know very well it's worldwide known that burgers are meat, sausages are meat, turkey is meat, is a bird. So why they have to look like meat?
Because we don't wanna exploit or kill animals. But we wanna keep eating the same thing. I'm assuming so let me ask you this, Madlock. If you couldn't eat any of these products, let's say you couldn't eat, you became allergic to meat and animal products, would you still be in favor of killing, exploiting animals?
Of course not for me at least.
So you wouldn't be in favor of it. Okay, so then you understand why we're doing this then. Because what we're saying essentially is we don't want animals to be killed, so we can choose a product that is very similar, so there's no reason for us to kill an animal for it. So if we can build, let's say a burger made of plants that tastes so similar and with so much texture, why would we ever choose to kill an animal?
Okay, no offense, it's gonna sound a little weird the way I say it, but it's not to offend you. So you're telling me you like the sausage, you like the meat, you like everything, you like the taste.
Yeah, we like the taste, we just don't like the fact that animals are exploited and killed. It's pretty simple. Is that bad? Do you think it? What would you prefer? Like if you were faced between the choice of having a burger and you wouldn't know exactly what's in it, the taste would be so similar, the texture would be similar, the nutrients would be similar, but one would be made with killing animals and one would be made without killing animals. Which one would you choose? I see you muted yourself, Madlock. I don't know if you want to answer this question. I guess let's move on then. Okay, we have a person here who's carnivore, apparently. EEE. So EEE, tell me, why do you not respect animals? EEE, you texted me that you want to have a conversation with me, but now you're not replying. Why do you not respect animals, EEE? Or do you think you are respecting animals?
Is anyone talking?
I'm talking. Can you not hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you.
Do you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
No one else.
Chip has left, right?
Chip, are you there?
I'm here. You can't hear me? Lol.
Yeah, we can't hear Chip.
Okay, I'll be back. I'm back. Can you hear me now? Okay. Sorry, everybody. We're having some technical difficulties. Okay, coming back in. Okay, I'm back. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? What the hell? Can you guys hear me now? Is the server down? Yeah, sorry everybody. The Discord server is gone for some reason. It's really weird. Apparently Discord pushed an update that fucked everyone up. I restarted Discord. I updated my Discord, but it just messed everybody up. Everybody's... Yeah, okay. Well, until it comes back, let me answer the people in the chat. I think the server is down. Yeah, the server is down, I think. 2:30. I think I have around 20 minutes left. Let's see. Very smart, Dreamwatsa. You put a meat emoji, as if that means anything. Good luck with that. Dolphins are clever, but they do terrible things. Should they be arrested? Laughing emoji. So, you know, are dolphins moral agents? I don't think they are. So moral agency means that they know right from wrong. Or maybe even if they do know right from wrong, maybe they're not aware that they have options. Should they be arrested? No, we're not talking about legal repercussions here, right? We're talking about whether something is moral or not, and whether they should do something else, right? So if a dolphin is doing something that it is immoral, and they know that they're doing something immoral, they should definitely not do that one thing, right? But it's a little bit ridiculous to think that dolphins can be immoral. Yeah. Oh well, at least you get some peace for a while. I gotta get to work, so now I gotta work more. Please let God use you for his goal in life. Which God? And why do you write God with a capital G? There's no such thing as God with a capital G. Ugh, God. You mean it? God, it is a dick. God, it is a dick. Chip, some of these trolls refuse science and get morality from laws. Yeah, it was so weird that to get morality from law. It's legal, therefore it's moral. Oh, brother. Vegans should be out in the wild, because if animal eats them, then vegans are promoting a carnivorous habit in animals. Everything to evade the responsibility that you have as an individual for the needless animal exploitation, abuse, and slaughter that you are causing, Mr. Brian McClanahan. Vegans should be out in the wild. Oh, shouldn't be. Sorry, shouldn't be out. I think we shouldn't be out in the wild because we don't deserve. We should respect animals. I think we as humans should clearly, you know, we're all on the same planet, everybody. We're not any special. This isn't our planet more than it is theirs. Just saying. Should I make my pet go vegan if I'm going to deprive them of nutrients they need? No, you can adopt your pet. You can feed your pet on a plant-based diet without depriving them of the nutrients that they need. We have evidence for that. How about saving our children? Fallacy from relative privation. I'm not sure about that. I don't like that fallacy that much. It's ridiculous. I talk about animal rights and you come in here and saying, well, there's more important things in the world. All of the oppression that's done is important to the individual that suffers from that oppression, whether that individual is conscious of the oppression or not. Show us the evidence? Sure, I can show you the evidence, no problem. I'll paste the studies. Give me 1 second. I have them right here with me. Children, pricing costs, dogs and cats. I have 3 studies for dogs and cats. I'll paste them. I'll paste the PM ID, okay, in the chat, because I don't think I can paste everything else. So you can search based on the PM ID. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. 3 PM IDs. There you go, for studies. You can look at those. Yeah, exactly. Dogs are omnivorous and there is specialized plant pet food. I agree. I think Discord might be fucked, everybody, so we might have to... let me connect and disconnect again. Hello? No, still not there. Feeding dogs is vegan is sick and animal abuse. Although the studies do show better health outcomes, so essentially you are faced between 2 choices. 1, feeding them your dog that you think is good, and 1, feeding your dog something that science says it's good, and you're choosing the one that you say it's good, and you're saying it's animal abuse to follow the science. Wow, think about that, huh? Think about that. You can care about the exploitation of animals and humans, both, but the animals have next to no legal protection and very few advocates. Yeah, I don't think one is more important than the other. I think all of them are important, all of them. That's also a very important thing, Anik, you're right. And they can't speak for themselves, so we need to take up their fight. Yeah, that's very true. It is very true. Oh, everybody, let me show you my cool tattoo, huh? Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah. Vegan. It says vegan. Huh? That's cool, huh? And it says with the... It's a little bit... I have a little bit of a scar there at the G, but yeah, it's nice. You believe the sugar industry? Lol, these studies are proven fraudulent. Show me the proof that they're fraudulent. ITS, show me the proof that the 3 studies that I provided, the 3 PMIDs that I provided are fraudulent. I'm willing to change my mind. You just have to show me evidence. We're not bigoted or, you know, we're not set in our ways here. We're trying to literally see evidence. Let me end the event here. Fantastic ink. Thank you. Yeah, got it at the vegan campout. Just need the matching tattoo gay on the other wrist, lol. So what? Even if I were gay, I'm not, but even if I were, what's the problem? Do you have a problem with gay people? XXX croc kenks XXX? Why? What's so bad about being gay? Did you choose to be straight? I don't think you did. Did you? You were born that way. And even if you did choose to be straight or gay, what's wrong with choosing it based on consent? If the other individual consents to whatever it is you want to do, you're 2 consenting adults. You're allowed to do whatever you want to do if you're 2 consenting adults. Put your finger wherever your finger wants it to be. Who gives a fuck? Put your ding-dong wherever your ding-dong wants it to be, as long as there's consent in the process. Who cares? Stop with the nonsense. Chip is so woke, he's beyond help. He's doing it for the money. Oh, Michael Stone. If you think I'm doing... So Michael Stone, brother, I actually realized this weekend, I had to look for a certain document, and coincidentally, I actually found a paper slip, a salary slip that I had one of the years, and I realized that, believe it or not, I was making. Well, I'm okay now. I'm pretty okay. I'm still not making enough to live every single month. I'm still taking out of my savings, but I was making 8 to 10 times more. I had years when I was making 10 times more money than I am right now. 10 times. I quit it to do this. I quit my job so that I can focus on YouTube and fighting for animal rights. And you think that I'm doing it for the money? If I did it for the money, I'd go back to the job where I earn 10 times more. I'm not stupid, you know. Suck a dick. Are you still vegan? Yeah, as long as there's consent. And veganism is about non-human animals, so it's regardless. Everyone was born vegan, but parents did wrong thing by forcing meat onto their kids. Horrible. Yeah, have you guys seen the videos of the children who are crying because parents force them to eat animals? God, it's so relatable. It's so sad when you see it. It's like I remember when I saw the first one. There's this little girl who cries so much when her parents say that they're vegan, that food is animals. Let me show you. Maybe I can find it. It's such a good one to watch. Yeah, because that's the reality. We force kids in that situation. Chip is the most obvious vegan activist who doesn't do it for the money. Nah, I don't. I can do other stuff for money, which I probably will because I'm running out of money. But you know what? Even if I did do it for the money, what's the problem there? I don't care. Are you not supposed to do something that is moral or fight for rights of animals or humans or whatever because you make money out of it? How is that ridiculous? What do you do to make money? Huh? If you go out there, if you're in a library, in a store, whatever it is that your job is it that bad? Is it your job that whatever your job is all of a sudden I have to judge you for your job? I don't get it. What does it matter? If this would be my job, why would that matter? Such a ridiculous statement in the first place. Let people, fuck it, people become activists and make it a job. Make money out of being activism. Make money out of activism. I don't care. Make money. You should do it for the money. You should be an activist for the money if that's what it takes. And we should have a lot of money in the movement. I'm done with this nonsense. Hey, you're making money out of it. Thank you, Renee. Michael Stone is just jealous. Exactly. Oh, I can't highlight. I still haven't worked on this plugin. I make houses for a living. It's pretty nice. Decent. Congrats. That's pretty cool. Drew Moza, I'm just saying, you don't have to exploit innocent animals, man. You don't have to do it. Oh my god, look at this person. Carnivore diet is the healthiest option for a human. It even cures some many diseases instantly. Aetios, let me tell you one little thing that you will need to learn, that you hear online a lot about these influencers who are trying to sell you shit. I'm not trying to sell you anything, so I'll tell you this information for free and easy. If anybody is telling you that a food will cure something instantly, then they are lying to you. You know how? Because no food can cure anything instantly. Nothing. Unless it's medicine, of course. But medicine isn't food and food isn't medicine, okay? Food can be preventative. Food can help certain diseases like lower the outcome of the disease, right? Lower the symptoms of the disease. Food can even stop some of the diseases, right? Like can better the situation of those diseases. But most diseases, you know, they need medication. They don't need this kind of nonsense. And what you're saying right now with the carnivore diet curing diseases is what happens is some people who take the carnivore diet, some people who have digestive issues with certain ingredients, they do an elimination diet, and with an elimination diet, they start to see good results because they eliminated one item that was causing them issues. But you could do that also by, instead of having carnivore diet, you could have a diet that's only made of, I don't know, celery. There you go. It's a celery diet. You can have a celery diet for a week, see if you feel better, and then slowly start including more ingredients. It's nothing to do with the source of your protein, of your calories. It has nothing to do with it. It's strictly about, you know, the sensitivities that you have to food, if that's even a case. But I'll tell you what, carnivore diet is the stupidest diet you can have. So please, as a nutritionist right now, as a certified nutritionist, not as an animal rights activist, not as a vegan, I repeat this often to people. Please don't be stupid and adopt a carnivore diet. Please, for the love of God, don't be stupid and adopt a carnivore diet. You will not fare well if you do that. Your LDL will increase. Your ApoB will increase. And with high ApoB, what is there? Is a high incidence of heart disease. What is the #1 cause people die of globally? Heart disease. Please do not be stupid, okay? Please. If I want to go out and hunt with the bow and arrow, who are you to tell me not to? Well, I'm not telling you not to. I'm telling you what you're doing is immoral. And if you want to live a moral life where you're also being morally consistent to your own values, then you should stop. Can you be allergic to meat? Yes, you can. It's called alpha-gal syndrome. In fact, there's a tick in the US who, when they bite you, you become allergic to all animal products. Yeah, vegan food being processed doesn't mean it's unhealthy. Of course not. Processed food is not unhealthy. First of all, ultra-processed food is unhealthy. And the reason, because you gotta listen to everything. You can't just say, attach a label to some food. The reason why ultra-processed food is unhealthy is because of the high sodium content and because of the low nutritional profile. That means either high in fat, low in protein, and almost no micronutrients available. But if you make a food, like take for instance Huel, right? You know, the drink, the whatever. That drink has great micronutrients, and it is ultra processed. I wouldn't say that it is unhealthy, unless maybe there's some ingredient there that you have a problem with. But otherwise, you know, everything that goes in you is chemistry, and it goes out as chemistry. It's all chemicals. Don't buy into this nonsense. Not you, Kimmy Cat, because I know you're making a point. Kimmy Cat, you're awesome. The guy said processed food is unhealthy, lol. What a joke. Yeah, brother, I explained pretty clearly, and I explained to you why ultra-processed food is unhealthy. And you know what kind of processed food is? Meat is processed food, you know that, right? Meat is processed. They literally call, when killing the animal and preparing it for you, they call it processing. Oh, I'm back. Hello, everyone. We're back, huh?
Hello. Oh, finally.
Finally, yeah. Do you want to have a conversation? Can you hear us, If not, I'm going to go. Should I end the event if I go, everybody?
If you started the chip, then yes, please.
Okay. I'm going to end it now then. I want to know how to end the event though, because I can't click on every... Why is Discord so weird?
I haven't done it. I think you need to go up to the events channel and dismiss it from there, don't you?
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah. End event. Okay, I'll have more conversations with the people in the chat, and I'll see you guys later because I'm gonna have to work soon.
Okay, take it easy.
Okay, I'm here. I'll have a bit more conversations with you, and then I'll go. 5 more minutes, and then I'll go. We are omnivores, brother. Exactly, so we can thrive on both. 3 main groups from species like us. I don't know what that means. I don't know. At least a vegan chicken nugget didn't kill an animal, even if it is ultra processed. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Ultra processing only matters if it's if it's, again, creates high sodium content, removes some of the micronutrient profile, and has a bad macronutrient profile. That's the reason. That's the thing. We have science behind it. We're not exact. We're not perfect with it, because there are certain micronutrients that impact other micronutrients. There are things that impact absorption. We're learning about it, but it's not the processing that's the problem. It's the end result of the processing. It's the it's the food that comes after the processing. And by the way, when we kill an animal, as I was saying before, yes, it's called processing an animal. And when you're actually eating meat, you're cooking it, which is a process. It's processing. The problem is ultra processing, as I said, because ultra processing removes a lot of micronutrients and changes the well, it doesn't change the macronutrient profile, but it removes a lot of micronutrients from your food. I'm a certified nutritionist, brother, and a software engineer. That UPF isn't bad due to processing with preservatives. Preservatives? Depends on the preservatives. Not all preservatives are bad. Some preservatives, like the ones specifically used in animal products, those are really bad, because you know why they're really bad? Because when we need to preserve meat, what do you think will happen when you put something that preserves meat inside an organism that has meat? Of course, it's not going to be good for you. Think. But if you're going to preserve something that is plant-based, you don't need the same chemical structure. It will just come through you. Some are good, some are bad. It's not inherently one is better than the other. It's not preservatives are inherently bad. No, they're not. There are preservatives that are good. Hell, there's preservatives that you can use from celery root, then preservatives that you can use from lemon. Just all types of preservatives. It doesn't matter. That's why you eat fresh. Yeah, it's preferable to eat fresh, of course, because you have less of a chance, right? When you're going to be not eating fresh, you're going to have less of a chance of a healthy diet. You should do a stream where we all vegans do mass vegan activism, like calling or messaging senators, representatives to put pressure into changing. That would be fucking amazing, Veg90. Fuck, that would be cool. Really cool. Also, you don't have to stop a decaying process. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to stop a decaying process. You know, it's so easy with plant-based foods. You just remove the oxygen. That's all you do. You just remove the oxygen, and the food stays stays fresh for longer. It's easy. With animal products, no, you need preservatives, because you know they develop worms and stuff. It's genuinely pathetic how these carnivores are scared of plants. Yet again, listen, I don't want to judge on this thing. I think it's pathetic if you choose to exploit innocent animals for an optional product. I think that's pathetic. I think it's pathetic to go with the most unscientific evidence or on the most unscientific claim, and other animals and other individuals have to suffer for your claim. Yeah, that's what I personally think is pathetic. But I cook the meat. But I cook the meat. I don't eat it raw. Any preservatives has been cooked off. So there you go. Do you think that? Wait a minute. Any preservative has been cooked off? That's not how it works, man. Preservatives, by the way, just to be clear, preservatives have two roles. One is to stop, as you said, the production of certain bacteria, right? That is harmful to us, or that can potentially be harmful to us. And another is to restrict oxygen, because oxygen also fuels these bacteria, right? So preservatives don't really interact with oxygen a lot of the times. So when you heat something up, that just essentially just means giving them oxygen. If you've learned chemistry, basic chemistry, heating something up means adding O2 to it. So preservatives are not being cooked off. Best case scenario, they get put into the oil, and maybe you don't have the oil, or they stay somewhere around. And you cooking the meat is, by the way, a process. So that you are eating processed foods. Veg90 is right. We need to organize politically. Love what you do. Thank you so much, our friends. Thank you for being here. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I agree. It's an amazing idea. Yeah, don't be afraid of chemicals, everybody. Nitrogen is a totally harmless preservative. Yeah, and sometimes they do that, right? They do that in packaging where they insert nitrogen, because As I said, oxygen is usually the issue, so they put nitrogen in there, and it's okay. There you go. Because it keeps the food better for longer. But either way, you know, when we're not here, so cooking vegetable is unhealthy because it's a process. No, I think Hawaiian, I think you dropped into the middle of the conversation. I've been saying from the beginning that processed or ultra processed foods are not bad because of the processing or the ultra processing. They're bad because they either lose micronutrients or because of, you know, the outcome. Maybe it has too much salt or anything. Okay, so that's the reason why processed or ultra processed food is bad. High sodium content, low micronutrient profile, or even a bad macronutrient profile, but that's not necessarily coming from the processing itself, right? Or the fact that it's ultra processed. Why does a vegan diet not work for everyone? Why does a vegan diet not work for everyone? Well, a vegan diet, first of all, veganism is not a diet. It's a moral principle of rejecting animal exploitation. The diet is called a plant-based diet. Why does a plant-based diet not work for everyone? Because most people, they don't eat enough fiber. Nowadays, we live in a world where most people eat a lot of foods that have very little fiber, and fiber makes you feel full faster. I don't know if you're aware about that. So that means when you're going to be eating a plant-based diet, if you adopt that, you're going to start having a lot of fiber and you're going to be feeling full faster. But what that will do to you is that you will eat less calories because you'll feel full. If you, however, you track all your macronutrients, you're not going to have any issues. Most of the people who go from vegan to non-vegan are either doing it for convenience because, oh, I miss my, what was it, the marshmallow. I miss my marshmallows, or because of the they don't eat enough calories, right? And they become thin. Like that's how you lose weight, by not eating enough calories. You can tell by the fact that that it wasn't a diet, but rather they didn't eat enough, by the sheer fact that they're losing weight. You can't lose weight. Like the ingredients of what you eat doesn't matter. It's how many calories you get out of it. So yeah, you will lose weight if you don't eat enough. And that's what the issue with most people, they don't eat enough. But that's exactly it. Murdering animals for taste, pleasure, and convenience is selfish and evil. That's what we're trying to say, essentially. And I think all of you would agree. Because when we put it into the perspective of food, you know, this dissonance sets in. I like food. Food is something so important to us, which I agree. But when you put it in the context of something else, like, for instance, I want to kill an animal so that I can use their body as a punching bag, everybody would say, that's crazy, that's bad, why would you do that? And you would say, well, I need to work out, right? And everybody would say the same. You can work out using a punching bag, do something else, punch the wall, punch something else. Yeah, so you have an alternative, that's why it's bad. Same thing for food, you have alternatives, that's why it's bad. Food is not special. I understand it might feel special to you, but you can get all your food enjoyment and nutrition from without exploiting innocent animals. Just saying. Why do many vegans hate on vegetarians even if it's not good enough in your opinion? They at least try to make a difference, and later if they wanted, they could turn vegan. So I think, first of all, the dark maze, you need to make a distinction that I mentioned before. I don't think any vegan hates anybody. I think animal rights activists don't like vegetarians, right? The people who speak up for animals don't like vegetarians, and I can attest to that. I also don't like vegetarians a lot. It's not specifically because they're on their way to doing what it is that they need to do, which is no longer exploiting animals for whatever reason. That would be great. But the reason why I don't like vegetarians personally is because a lot of the times they take offense. A lot of the times they say, I'm doing enough. And they, in fact, are not. Because being vegetarian is almost identical to not being vegetarian. Animals are still exploited. Animals are still killed for you. So vegetarian is just a diet. That's a different diet where you reject, you know, you don't eat meat. But you don't reject the exploitation of animals. You don't respect animals. You still at the same place where you're using animals to produce food. And when I say using, I don't just mean like lightly using. Cows are forcefully inseminated. They have their babies taken away from them. They have their babies killed. They themselves are killed when they can no longer produce milk. It's pretty fucked up what we do to animals. So the reason why I personally don't like vegetarians is because they become defensive when I explain to them that being a vegetarian is not enough for the animals. It's not. It just isn't. It's the same for the animals. So that's why we don't like vegetarians. Are they trying? If they're trying to make a difference for the animals, then they should be open to the idea that what they're doing is not enough. Like, for instance, I'm vegan right now, and I think I'm doing enough. But a friend of mine brought up to me the idea that, hey, if you're going to be buying coconut that is coming from Thailand, in order to produce that coconut, they're enslaving monkeys, right? They're enslaving them. They go up the tree, cut the tree, whatever. I'm no longer buying coconut. I'm no longer buying any of that, because I can choose not to. So it's as easy as that, right? In some situations, you can make choices like that. And all I'm saying is, like, I don't care if you're vegetarian or not vegetarian. It's not your fault if you're in the situation. It becomes your fault when you know about what you're doing, you know the oppression, you know the exploitation, and yet you continue to do it. That's when it becomes your fault. That's when you become liable, when you do it knowingly. Yeah, veganism is veganism is a practice-based based on ethical philosophy. To think it's anything else is not understanding veganism. Exactly, Lewis. Veganism is to animals what feminism is to women. It's about respecting animals' rights. That's it. Coconut water is not affected because it's too hard to plug, and also coconut milk from any other country than Thailand. Yeah. I usually try to find, if I need to get some coconut milk, I try to find it from other sources. NPC who just took COVID jabs now has health issues. LMAO. First of all, I don't have health issues. Second, I did take the COVID shot because I'm a rational individual who, you know what? I believe in science, brother. We have COVID shots mRNA vaccines are one of the most tested vaccines in the world. They're the most healthiest, safest vaccines, and they're the least, if you take into harm reduction for your own self, and obviously taking a vaccine is the most logical conclusion, because even if you do still get the virus, which not all vaccines can guarantee that you won't get the virus, but even if you do get the virus, at least you won't get the disease. And even if you do get disease, you won't get a serious disease. So regardless, you will be in a situation where you're better off, okay? Just saying. I can't believe I have to talk also about this kind of nonsense. It's just like so much pseudoscience, huh? Ethical philosophy? Chip is a nihilist. Ethics are meaningless. I'm an existential nihilist. Maybe Google what that means. I believe there is no meaning in anything, but I believe we can give meaning to things. Chip eats salad with the mask on. I love it how everybody wants to make claims about me. Tell me more about myself. I eat salad with the mask on. Please tell me more about myself. Oh my god, here he goes again. Fucking heel Chip, you know everything, don't you? No, brother. I'm just into critical thinking and science. I don't know everything, and I can be proven wrong. And when I'm proven wrong, the reason why I know all of this is because I have said stupid shit like you guys are saying, but I was proven wrong. When proven wrong, instead of me doubling down on my stupidity, I learned. That's why I know these things, because somebody has proven me wrong on everything else. I used to believe nonsense. Well, not about vaccines. I mean, let's face it. You'd have to be pretty out there to believe that vaccines are bad. But, other stuff, I had my own beliefs about pseudoscientific claims like, oh, processed food is bad or whatever. Then somebody proved me wrong, and then I looked at the evidence and learned that why it's wrong. It's simple. You don't have to trust me on this one. Look at the evidence yourselves, everybody. I don't care. It's so funny. That's incoherent. It is not. I was pretty coherent about what I said. Bro, you think you know everything. You need to get some pussy. Why? Maybe I don't like pussy, Maybe I like, women who have penis. Is that a problem to you, that I like women who have a penis? Is that a problem with you, that I like men who present feminine? Why do you have to control who I like? Why do you have to control what my sexuality is like? Why do you feel so insecure in yours that you have to control mine so that you feel secure in yours? Don't. Existential nihilism is the same shit. If badness of something is not a fact, who cares? There's not, brother. transhuman Ruth. I don't know how to read your name. But brother, you know that morality is not factual, right? Morality is it's subjective. It has subjective values that are applied objectively. I hope you understand the difference, because morality is not subjective in the way that you can just say, well, this is moral because I think it's moral. It's moral, it's subjectively created but applied objectively, independent of individual. Okay, keep that in mind. What made you go vegan? What I mean by that is, did you need to make a connection, or did you turn vegan as soon as you knew what was going on with the dairy and eggs? Well, Frosco training, in reality, I was plant-based for a while. I was only eating some animal products from time to time because I wanted to get more protein. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was the protein guy, yeah? But then I kept listening to debates, and I realized that so my main argument about the debates that I was listening, first of all, I didn't know what the dairy and egg industry were doing. Then I learned about what the dairy industry were doing, and then what happened was I rejected that I was participating in that. I live in the Netherlands. I thought, well, animal welfare is so good here, surely that's not what I'm paying for. Then somebody said, I think in a debate, that, well, that is what you're paying for. And I just had to look it up and realize that that's true. That is what I'm paying for. So yeah, that's what made me turn vegan, because I couldn't justify it. And because for a couple of products I could have changed, was easy for me. So yeah, overnight, just like that. Is truth subjective? Subjective? Of course not. Read a book? I read more books than you, loser. I at least make gains when you chew on grass. LMAO. What the fuck is this? Read a book? Do I read a book? I do. I have several books that I read. This is a really nice one. It's called Immune. It explains to you how the immune system works. It's actually made by Kurzgesagt. It's and also has from time to time some nice visuals. You see, like this. Very good book. Of course, Skeptic's Guide to the Universe and Skeptic's Guide to the Future. I can't deny those books. This is a book that I haven't read it, but I want to read. It's about Marina Abramović, Walk Through Walls. I'm a fan of Marina Abramović. She's really cool. Her art is amazing. This is a book by Chiara Santamaria. It's essentially it's her thesis paper. It's called Pseudoscience in Therapy. It's very interesting. If you're into therapy and pseudoscientific stuff, very interesting. And from time to time, I don't read it as much. A Modern Introduction to Probability and Statistics. It's, you know, if you want to understand studies, you got to read that. I also have a couple more books that I read there. And you read more books than me. That's fine. That's perfect. Just be sure that you're reading the right books, because, you know, reading books doesn't make you smart. You just or having the right information. You know, everybody can read. It's about reading the right stuff and knowing how to discern what the right stuff is. In other words, critically thinking. Sorry, everybody. I just showed you a couple of my books. I'm not sure if everybody was even interested in that. How many of them trees died for those books? Huh? The same person who said they read a lot of books is now saying, so Aladdin, you're the same person who said that you read more books than me. You said you read more books than me. And now you're saying how many of them trees died for those books? Brother. Do you see the absurdity in your claim? That's so funny. That's so funny, man. That's so funny that you're like, how? Like, are you a bot or something? Like, I can't believe that you would be so ridiculous, like, to not realize your own claim, like, one after the other. The fact that the other claim that trees and plants have nerve systems and they can feel pain is at the top of the pseudoscience. But you know, the fact that you said you claim you read more books than me, and then you say that how many trees died for my books is so funny. So. Literally came back to the keyboard to share my laughter, right, Alexandra? Thank you. It's so stupid. I think we're done, everybody. Let me. I wanna give a shout out because we do this thing on the channel where we give shout outs to people. We give shout outs to people who have commented last on the streams. I don't remember who it was last time, so I need to check. But meanwhile, maybe I do look. No, you believe that it's sad that animals die for your food. I never said it's sad. Why would you think it's sad? I said it's immoral. You believe that... okay, I'm sorry. Wait. Sort by newest. Okay. No, you believe it's sad that animals die for your food and products, but when it comes to plants, you have double standard. How's that moral? Aladdin, I'm gonna make it easier because maybe you weren't here. When you choose an animal product, you kill more plants, brother. When you choose a plant product, you kill less plants. It can sound counterintuitive, but you forget that the animal was fed a lot more plants than you would otherwise eat. There you go. And if you don't know what I'm saying, scroll back and rehear it until you understand it. Write it down if you have to. On top of the fact that plants are not sentient, which I'm not going to debate with you, but it's pretty clearly you think. I think that vaccination gave you COVID because you have some bad teeth. Dude, Aladdin, please come back. I beg you, man, subscribe, please. Dude, subscribe to my channel and come back, please. Please subscribe to my channel and come back. Like, this kind of nonsense is golden, man. Like, I don't get that much. Like, some people are kind of irrational, but you're just top of the line, man. Please come back. Please. I beg you, man. Come back and say this nonsense because it's just so funny to me. You think that vaccination gave me COVID and your basis for your claim is because I have bad teeth? Wow. Brother. Wow. It's so funny. So mRNA vaccines, the vaccine that I took, does not have a virus. It has an instruction manual that builds a protein within your body that resembles the shape of the virus. So when your body sees it, it attacks that. I'm just saying. So how could that vaccine give me the virus when there's no virus in that vaccine, brother? Think a little bit, huh? Think. Don't say that nonsense. And me having bad teeth, that's just a result of me going to the dentist as a child and not doing anesthesia, because I come from Romania and they didn't do anesthesia on children. So I was scared to go to the dentist for a long time. I'm better now. Also because I grind my teeth in the gym when I lift a lot. If a cow is milked, that's not exploiting it. Sure. If a cow is milked, that's not exploiting it. Sure, touching the tits of a cow is not exploiting it. If a sheep is sheared for wool, that's not exploitation. Yeah, let's strawman all of it. In fact, that one is helpful to the sheep. Okay, and before you strawman all of it, let me explain to you first of all. The reason why a cow is milked is because they had a baby. The reason why they have a baby is because a farmer took a giant glove, put it all the way up on their hands. They put their hands in the anus of a cow, they held their cervix, and then they injected bull semen in the cow's vagina. That's called artificial insemination. That's essentially why the cow was pregnant. But let's imagine that the pregnancy is done in a right way. Cow still is the process of them being pregnant is still controlled by the farmer, number one. And number two, when the babies are born, they separate them from their mother. Do you know why they do that? Because if they stay with their mother, they would drink the milk. So they separate them so that they can have all the milk that they want. And if they have some leftovers, they give them to the cow, to the baby. Some farms, they keep the baby with the milk, with the mother, but for a little bit, they always separate them. And, you know, if the baby's born male, you know what they do to them. They don't produce milk, so what? They kill them. If the baby's born female, they suffer the same fate as their mother. Every year impregnated, every year baby's taken, every year exploited for their milk, or as you call it, milked. And then they kill them when they can no longer get them pregnant. All at a fraction of their lifespan, at a third of their natural lifespan. So you see, the problem isn't the cow getting milked. If you think the cow getting milked is the problem, that's such a strawman argument. But even that is a problem, because cows did not consent to you touching their tits so that you can get their milk, did they? They cannot. So maybe you should not. Ugh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Aladdin, thank you. It's funny how you think using sheep wool is exploitation, but getting a haircut isn't. Yeah, Aladdin. This isn't as stupid as the others. The others are much stupider. This is pretty mediocre. Yeah, so let me explain to you, by the way. When I get a haircut, I'm not being exploitative towards myself because I consent. I choose, I consent. If I make a choice, I consent to getting a haircut. Whenever a sheep gets their, whenever they get sheared, is it? They don't consent to it, number one. Number two, these sheep are selectively bred to produce as much wool as they can, which hurts them. And number three, you know, this is what happened because they shear them for speed. You see this? This is from shearing. This is what you pay for when you shear them. This is why shearing is bad. But you know what? We can build clothes without needing to exploit animals, without needing to bring into existence animals so that we can steal their fur. So why would we ever do that? Why? Why? Because I like it. Also, Chip, I won't make it to the next video free because I have a concert with my dad, but I'll definitely try to make next one. Anik, thank you. I appreciate you. That's awesome that you do come to events. I hope you enjoyed the last one. I have to go, everyone, but yeah, wait, one more. Okay, so your argument is that trees can be cut if it's replaced with one or more trees. So if cows has a child or two, can we finally enjoy our meat? Aladdin, first of all, it's not your meat. Your meat is in your body, brother. It's their meat. It's their body, isn't it? Your meat is in your body. So if you want to enjoy your meat, you can always cut a piece of your body and eat it. I have no problem with that. You do what you want to do, brother. I'm not here to judge. If you want to cut somebody else's meat, though, I think you should get some consent for it. And if you cannot get consent for that because maybe they're intellectually challenged, maybe they're a child, or maybe they're an animal, then perhaps do not cut them, okay? Only cut an animal, a child, or an intellectually challenged person if you're doing it in the interest of the child, the animal, or the intellectually challenged human being. In other words, if you're going to be performing a surgery on an animal, where you are essentially cutting them, you're doing it only and only in the interest of the animal. You don't do it because you want to. I'm going to cut this animal's leg because I get pleasure from it. Stop it with the nonsense. Stop it. Stop it. But please come back, Aladdin, because you're just golden, man. Let me eat my meat. As I said, man, eat your meat if you want. You know, cut yourself out and eat your meat. Just don't eat somebody else's meat. Somebody else's who doesn't consent. If somebody consents to eating their meat, who am I to judge, you know? Chip, don't you like meat? Personally, I don't, but even if I did, it wouldn't justify the exploitation, abuse, and slaughter of innocent animals. Cheers for the entertainment. Thank you. Yeah, so as I said, we do have a contest on the channel. The first person to comment on the last stream was Draculum. Congratulations, Draculum. You're awesome, man. Draculum, who keeps speaking to everybody. Draculum, who keeps having conversations with people in the chat. Draculum, thank you. You were awesome. And also modest. You always just put a little smile there. Is it a smile or is it a sun? It's a smile. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. See you in the next one. Tomorrow I'm going to be from the street. Yeah, I'm going to be on the street and doing. Today was rainy. Let me see. It's not even rainy. I got bamboozled. I thought it would be rainy. It wasn't even rainy, so I got bamboozled. But I'll be back tomorrow on the streets. We'll have some experiments. I've been thinking a lot about, I've been speaking to people from Vegan Campout, and I think I'm going to adjust my activism a little bit to suit people who are listening, including vegans. So I'm gonna suit my activism a little bit so that maybe you can learn a little bit from why I ask the questions that I ask and the direction that I'm going. So maybe tune in tomorrow, because it's gonna be extremely embarrassing for me. It's gonna be very embarrassing for me, because I'm gonna go tomorrow on the streets when I'm gonna be asking people questions. I'm also gonna be explaining to you at the same time what I'm thinking, okay? So I'm gonna try that, or at least in the moment that it is required, okay? So you kind of understand why I'm doing what I'm doing, to try and make you better activists also. Why not? It helps. What does that mean? That means essentially when I'm speaking to somebody, let's imagine this is a microphone. Hi, what do you think about animals? And they say, animals, I like animals. I'll be turning around the camera and saying, well, you see, at this moment in time, they say they like animals. So I'm going to try and push them a little bit to see which animals they like, because a lot of people say they like animals, but they don't really know what they mean. So which animals do you like? You see, this kind of stuff I'm trying to do. Of course, maybe not from the beginning, but certainly at some point. That's it, everybody. I keep reading the comments because it's funny. Aladdin, please come back, man. Aladdin, that was funny. You gave me a good laugh, man. That was good. Also, I would never consume any animal product that has blood in it. So if wool has blood in it, I ain't using it. It's been cleaned out, man. They washed the blood out. What do you mean? You wouldn't never consume an animal product that has blood? What the fuck do you think meat has? And whatever, man. Whatever. You be in your own box if that's what you want to be. Yeah, Renee, that's gonna be funny for them to hear also. Yeah, that's what I am expecting. I'm expecting at some point that when I say, you see, the person is now a little bit triggered, so I'll try to do this to them. I'm expecting that they'll be even more triggered. What the hell are you talking about? I'm not triggered. Something. Yeah, that's gonna be funny to watch. I'm curious how it will be like. Is the extermination of millions and living insects of fruit, blah 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 blah. Crop that. Let me drop to you. I'm not in the mood to answer your thing, but you know, you just have to Google this. Kawaiian, just Google this. It's pretty simple. Just Google this. I'm not in the mood to reply to your argument anymore, and I want to go, and I have to work. So yeah, see you tomorrow, everybody. We're gonna try that. Let's do it, and it's gonna be interesting. Have an awesome day.